Spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, we got a new song. We got a new song. You all are the gift that keep on giving us, 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 on giving us. Hey, hey, makeup, weave. Hey, spiders, makeup, weave. Makeup, weave. Hey, spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, we got a new song. We got a new song. You all are the gift that keep on giving us.
The neighbors know my name. Where you screaming, scratching.
Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Of course, it's always the black women with weaves who want to hate on my beautiful, free-form, curly dreadlocks. It's like, no. Bye, Shaquandra.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy.
Couple of balls soon, we gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that backstreet fun. Yeah. You got a couple of kids, you don't have no job. Yeah. Don't worry about that little girl, that's my job. Yeah. Coming by your Texas. I'm asked, what the what? What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. And that's on who? Man had a little lamb. Okay.
Do it. Yeah, you know I do it. I like getting hot. I'm a drop head.
You know, some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're going to have to
put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
I'm going to let you know right now, your mama's a hoe. It doesn't matter that that's your mama and what your certain feelings about her. Your mama is a hoe. She's a hoe.
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I beg your pardon?
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand.
Tavares, right in the butt? What? No.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I told you to do Biden. Now we done lost a damn vote. We done lost a vote. That's gonna go to Trump. God damn. I'm worshiping these people like they're God. Ain't nobody worshiping them. But God damn it, Chris, we need somebody in there with mother sense.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber, what did I see?
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the car saying, you can't get the free stuff. What? Because the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need y'all.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. What? Hallelujah.
I beg your pardon?
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelmed? Have you ever like this? You may be seated. put your hands together.
My man.
My booty pink, my booty whole brown. What a nigga, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Booty pink, my booty whole brown. What a nigga, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga. Oh, yeah.
See my man.
My booty pink, my booty whole brown. What a nigga, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
Woo! Happy birthday, happy Monday. Hey there, besties. I'll be back here getting hyped with this daggone music selection. Let me go ahead and make sure that we shout out Rev G, who made most of those beats. Shout out to SKC. Shout out to Corey J. So many people have been so helpful with things that they've done for me, and I thank you so very, very much. I actually have songs that I have not even made videos for, because y'all be like, this should be a song, this should be a song. And I send it to somebody, they make a song out of it, but I don't even play it unless we have a video to go with it. So I got to work on that. That's on me. Ooh, I can barely hear. Let me turn me up. Let me know if you can hear me. It sounds okay. A 1 2, a 1 2, 1 2, a 1 2. I like to introduce myself. All right, y'all, we got ish to talk about, okay? Because crime is down. Joe said it. So through the transitive property, that means Kamala Kobamala has said the same damn thing. Trouble is in the building. Okay, I saw your comment about me being late. Y'all ain't ish, okay? Not y'all, but Dr. G, Skinny Boy, TQS, even if they ain't here yet, they'll be here eventually. Always talking about me being late. I can't even get 2 minutes. Was I even 2 minutes, quote unquote, late? Damn, the doctor give you 5 minutes. I can't get a break for nothing. Where Mama Gemini at? I ain't seen her, the one that always give me a hard time. The all damn dassity anyway. So we got to go ahead and check on crime. Democratic National Convention is over. No TIF Talk today, but I think it's TIF Talk tomorrow because some mess is going on over there, of course. But we got to catch up on what's going on, because never forget, it's safe for y'all out here. And it is okay that Kamala Kobamala does not have to come up with any policies, plans, tell y'all nothing. Y'all better go ahead and vote for her, because the D9 wants to make sure that an AKA is sworn in by a DST on MLK Day. And that's all that matters. Shout out to everybody that's talking about it. We love it. We love it. But we're going to get up into it. Let me go ahead and acknowledge. First super chat was from Decline Management. Shout out to Decline Management over there in the Gentleman's Lounge, which is Messy Michonne Reacts. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I didn't started putting out some videos over there. They've been pretty good. Shout out to everybody with the herp. Shout out to everybody with the herp, okay? And is proud of it. Child, I got a whole list of things that I'm going to be putting out. Straight reactions, no replays over there. Straight reactions. TikTok is off the hook. TikTok, the gift that keeps on giving, and we got to take advantage of it before it leaves. I know they all didn't forgot about it, but I have not. Thank you so much, Decline Management. Wait. I'm sorry. He said it's official. Crime is down. It's not even Wednesday. Shout out to WAP People Wednesday and all the WAP people that have been subscribing and have been making comments. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to you coloreds too. The ones that give me a hard time and the ones that don't. Shout out to all of y'all that don't know how to keep your nasty, negative, you think you gonna tell me what to do opinions, because child, that's all engagement. And then I get a pinned comment and then everyone else gets engaged. We love it around here. Imagine if coloreds ever could control their emotions, child. We would be unstoppable. Shout out to Chocolate Bunny in the building. Thank you so much for the membership. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say Celine didn't get it. But thank you, Chocolate Bunny, first of all, for the membership. Second of all, for you being here. We always love to see you. She's like one of my day ones way back in the day. I understand that, things come up for people, but you are always welcome here. Thank you so much, hon. Appreciate you. If you did get the membership, please make sure you thank our girl. Shout out to Danny Omega, member for 6 months. Shout out to Danny Omega, always here, always support me. He said, let's get to the mess. We getting to it, hon. We getting to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Shout out to all of my channel members. My girl, and Eyes, appreciate you. Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Thanks, sis, for the support. Always. That's my girl. If she ain't going to keep up with Donald J. Trump, wait. I'm not going to keep up with him as much as and Eyes will be keeping up with DJT and Kobamala, okay? So no, if you really want to get down to it all damn time, that's where you need to be. All right. I get to it a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay. I appreciate you, hon. Always. Shout out to EJ up in here. Always good to see you, hon. Appreciate you. He said, I'm a black woman and I'm going to tell you because you ain't going to tell me Spiders Makeup Weave. Walmart is racist. Lord, salute Messy Michonne. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Thank you. Always. EJ's been here for a while as well. Yo, I remember for a moment, I remember when we used to, 1 second it would be in my chat, then we would be over in Chantel's chat. Then I forget who else it used to be. Gail, before the billions, like things have changed. TLA, things have changed a lot, but there's a lot of memories up here on YouTube. And so many of y'all that are still around is amazing. So thank you so much. Speaking of Luke Hazley, who used to be a moderator for Kevin Samuels, even though I didn't know her then, she's been around here in these streets as well with her own channel over there trying to teach the ladies how to act and get a husband. Her and our girl Maggie, the substitute teacher. Y'all make sure you go ahead and subscribe to them and or make sure you send some women that need their help over there, okay? Because there's plenty that do. Thank you so much, Luke Hazley. Been here a while as well. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for always being here. I see you. I appreciate you. And then we have RBN up in here. I know you know our guy, RBN. I saw that you had some videos ready to go. So we ready and waiting for you to get back in the rotation, okay? Shout out to RBN Through the Fire podcast. He said, I'm here for the ish today, and ish I do have. Ish I do have, all right? But I'm gonna be positive, y'all. I'm gonna give you some, I said before that I was supposed to be offering something positive initially, and I feel like I got away from that. So let me give y'all something positive. All right, let's get something positive going. Kamala Harris leaves Chicago. Patty. No, that's not what it is, though. It says, okay, this is from California. Y'all know we love California because it's an ish show. Bay Area relishing in the national spotlight after DNC shoutouts by VP Harris. Child, it does not take much. Clearly, it does not take much.
California and the Bay Area got a lot of attention over the past 4 days of the DNC, and some want it to last. ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns explains.
As a young courtroom prosecutor in Oakland, California, I stood up for women and children against predators who abuse them. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big banks.
Vice President Kamala Harris taking time to highlight her Bay Area roots during her speech at the Democratic National Convention Thursday. Among other places, Harris specifically mentioning her time working in San Francisco, as well as her childhood in the East Bay cities of Oakland and Berkeley. The shout-outs getting the attention of many local leaders, including San Francisco Mayor London Breed, who says the positive press is good news for the city.
Like Kamala Harris says, we're not going back. We're going forward. We're going forward.
London Breed. We're going to have to get back into these politicians in California, including you, London.
forward with this city. We're going forward with this country, and she is leading the way.
It's not just San Franciscans who are excited about the vice president's.
Thank you, Joe. Go Kamala. Oakland is proud of you. Because things are going so well in California, specifically Oakland. Where's Shang Dao? How could did she shout out our girl Shang Dao? Did anybody hear that? Bueller. Aminize, did you catch any shout outs to Shang Dao? Because I'm pretty sure she probably didn't.
Nomination either. Here on the streets of Oakland, we saw signs, we've run into people. Everyone is excited about her local Bay Area connections. That sign on the marquee of the Grand Lake Theater, a sentiment shared by many in the East Bay.
Knowing that somebody from right around here, that you knew of, and saw her grow up, saw her, excel.
That also includes Diane Rawitz. While having lunch with a friend, Diane told us she can't wait to cast her vote in November. She also proudly showed us her Kamala sweatshirt, a nod to being a so-called childless cat lady.
I'm feeling like I can have a conversation with...
Not a childless cat lady. Child, what is going on around here? She's known for being a childless cat lady. Oh, they were referencing J.D. Vance. Okay.
My niece and nephew who are in Nebraska, who were on the edge about whether they were going to vote Democrat or Republican.
And that's not the only merchandise going around in the East Bay. At Oaklandish, Jordan Taylor says he's expecting the store to start selling Kamala-inspired items in the coming weeks. Taylor believes the name recognition the VP brings to the city is a welcome change.
It's actually something positive, nothing like crazy that's usually on the news, so I'm very excited about that.
Voters will head to the polls for the presidential election on November 5th. In San Francisco, Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.
Okay, well then we don't want to hear no ish when things seem to go wrong, okay? Because everything is everything according to these residents, right? Cool. We'll remember that, Oakland and California. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. So over here on IG, this Motivation House child, I don't know who they are, but they went around asking what the favorite policies of Kamala is. And let's see what they had to say. Your favorite policy for Kamala?
Kamala's. That's a hard one. What's your favorite policy of Kamala's?
Her being president.
That's your favorite policy position?
Oh, yeah.
What a fun question.
I don't know. I'm picking and choosing. I mean, I really like most of them.
So you have to look at it broadly, right? It's about what she stands for right now.
What's your favorite of Kamala's policies?
All of her policies, everything from I'm non-binary.
What's your favorite policy of Kamala's?
I can't take it. Yes, one true emperor. Her being president is a policy. This is what's going on right now. Just out here just saying any old thing. Now, to be fair, when people go and ask about Trump, they say the same damn thing. They don't be knowing in anyway. That's why people just be going ahead and voting for people because of what they look like, what their race is, stuff like MAGA, aka D9, all that stuff that don't matter at the end of the day. And then people will turn around saying, what happened? What happened? So don't forget, y'all, you coloreds, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but you coloreds are supposed to go and vote for Kamala because she a AKA. Don't forget that now.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber, what did I see?
I love that. Okay. Shout out to Roland. What is he? Alpha Phi Alpha D9. Make sure if you are in any of the D9s, Jack and Jill, child, whatever the hell else there is that I might not know, make sure you vote for Kamala because you're required to based off of this. Shout out to RBN for another 10. I appreciate you, hun. He says, I attended the quarterly Black people meeting last night. What the hell is the Black people meeting? And why didn't I ain't get no invitation. What the hell happened to my invitation? I'm Black. I'm colored. What's up with that? I'm offended. I gotta sue. Is there a lawyer in the house? Where our lawyers go? We just like lost all our lawyers. And Kamala's black application was voted down 219 to 63. She received the second highest rejection behind Tim Scott with 281 nay votes. Oh, a poor daggone Tim Scott taking strays. Oh shit, y'all are crazy. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Let's talk about a different candidate that none of these D9s, Ricky Smileys, or any of the other colors seem to want to talk about. He blacker than this screen here, okay? So Cornell, shout out to Ware Breitbart, who put Cornell up here. It says, independent presidential candidate brother Cornell West did not mince words when criticizing VP Kabbalah for enabling genocide as he led an abandoned Harris procession outside of the DNC in Chicago. Wow. Let's hear what's going on here, y'all. Shout out to Corny.
What's your message to Kamala Harris at the DNC?
Oh, I would say it. Shame on my dear sister Harris in enabling genocide and denying genocide, and the issues of mass incarceration, the issues of wealth inequality, the issues that she still has not been able to speak to, not because she's Sister Harris, but she's part of a corrupt Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party does not speak to the elimination of genocide, the elimination of poverty, the elimination of homelessness, the elimination of workers subordinated and so forth.
Come on, Cornell. So you know what I did, right? I pulled up Cornell West's daggone internet site where his information is, you know, like we went over to Donald J. Trump and he has his policies. We went over to Kamala. All she wants y'all to do is donate and to buy her shit. And now we over here at Cornell West. Let's see what he has going on over here, shall we? Okay. This is positivity. Oh, his hair changed. Oh, Dr. Cornell West. Okay. Lover of music. I'm a blues man in the life of servant. You can't lead the people if you don't love the people. You can't save the people if you don't serve the people. Activist. Justice is what love looks like in public. He's sounding like Big Tiff should be running with him. Scholar. Deep education requires a habitual vision of greatness. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't take it. I'm a blues man in the life of the mind. I'm a jazz man in the world of ideas. Woo! Lord, Lord, Lord. How come y'all never talk about him? D9s? D9ers? How come y'all never talk about Cornell? I'm confused. Is he not black? Is he not black? Okay. So here's his site. There's Cornell with his pictures going by. All right. So let me go back home. All right. That's the beginning. About Dr. West, bio. All right. He done wrote all these books here. We had Cornell West books in our house. I thankfully didn't have to read them. No shade, no shade. But y'all, I'm sure it's for the smart people. Okay. So let's see, talks about Cornell West, known to many as Brother West, is the Dietrich Bonhoeffer Chair at Union Theological Seminary. Sound like he probably smart, y'all. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Sound like he's smart. Looks like over here, he be on Twitter. Sentimental excitement over the new Harris Waltz ticket hides and conceals the corrupt two-party system that is saturated with big money, corporate power, and militaristic policies at home and abroad. The inescapable realities of the barbaric genocide in Gaza, the massive vote vision 2025, CornellWest2024.com. This is my candid letter of resignation to my Harvard dean. Oh, I try to tell the unvarnished truth about the decadence in our market-driven universities. Let us bear witness against this spiritual rot. I stand in deep solidarity with my dear sister, Susan Sarandon. I salute her courage and compassion. Yeah, she got in trouble for something she said about the war, if I'm not mistaken. I am running for truth and justice as a presidential candidate for the People's Party to reintroduce America to the best of itself, fighting to end poverty, mass incarceration, ending wars, and ecological collapse, guaranteeing housing, healthcare, education, and living wages for somebody. out on June the 5th, 2023, a whole year ago, and then none of you coloreds, not y'all, but none of these coloreds had anything to say about it, didn't bring him on their shows, didn't introduce him, didn't tell everybody about him, but all of a sudden, Cornel West is the blackie of the blackest person we have seen in a long ass time, maybe after, before, what is her name, child? The one that's so smart, child, from Insecure, what is her name? Amanda Seals. Child, but we ain't got nothing to say to Corny. I call him Corny, no shade. Nothing to say about Corny. If he ain't smart, who's smart? But y'all want to sit up here and get Kamala in because just like Kevin says, thank you so much, hon. My favorite Kamala policy is her infectious laugh. So because she laughing, they want to bring her in. Are these not the problems that the coloreds have? Poverty, mass incarceration, maybe not the ending of the wars, ecological collapse, guaranteed housing, healthcare, education, living wages. Are these not all of the things that you coloreds need? And yet you want to ignore the blackest of the black person running for president, then? I'm sick of you coloreds. I can't take it. All right. I don't know. Yeah, we don't need no reviews on the books, but shout out to him for that. You can request to get on his calendar and see him. You can, again, request him in the press. He was just on TV not too long ago. This stuff looks like it's old. You might want to update it, Corny. You might want to update it. Some featured articles, probably about what he has done, the books that he likes his books, sorry. He got MLK up in there, child. Don't forget, AKA by DST on MLK Day. Child, that could be a song. Let me see. Look at that. And I bet you none of these colors them read his daggone books. Let's see what the music is, child. What's the music? Cornel West and BMWMB, Black Man. I don't know. Caravan of Love. That's my song, y'all. That's my song. Okay. Shout out to Corny for that. And then you can contact him. Okay. Well, at least he's got more going on over here than Cam and Tim Tom. I tell you that. But I guess everyone is just going to ignore all that. So there you go. Sorry, I wasn't on the page. It opened up another page. But we're going to move on anyway. Shout out to Cornel West. You may be who I vote for. Allegedly. We shall see. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. Let's go ahead and listen to this. This is from a Black conservative perspective. We love BCP over here. And we're going to listen to his video with regard to Plies. But it also says that this deranged liberal Black mother melts down in anger over son becoming a Trump supporter. Imagine that, y'all. This sounded crazy, okay?
But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quit the, if Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the Black people. Listen, stop asking a Black woman to explain herself to you. Or explain themselves to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a white man, this mother explain himself. Y'all cool. The white man not explaining his mother stuff to you. But the mother Black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the Black community. She want my vote. She need to explain herself. You ain't motherfucking the white man explain herself. You too motherfucking ask him. Somebody need to explain some of y'all. Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the president. That's why. When you go to the McDonald's, that lady that's the mother manager, she don't get to do it if she want to do it. She might give you some other.
Okay, his McDonald's analogy, it sounds half damn crazy, but let me go ahead and pause it for a second. You coloreds need to stop with the black and white shit, okay? Because that's the least of y'all's problems, but y'all want to make it the focal point of everything. You don't know what though. You ain't asking the white man what to do. We don't have to ask him because he's telling us. I was just watching over on Almanaz live stream where Trump was talking, somebody endorsed him, child. I'll let her tell you. I don't know who she was. Tulsi, somebody or other. And he was throwing shots, of course, but he was also saying what he has done. And I don't remember off the top of my head right now. And what he plans on doing, what he's going to change day one, he was going over all that. Am I saying it was everything? No, but he definitely was talking about it. What do y'all get when Kamala comes on? She can turn on her black voice, I guess. She can turn on her Indian voice. She can turn on her AKA. She can turn on her whatever she want to turn on. Okay. And then y'all fall for it. And then you want to listen to Roland, Ricky, DL, and all those people because they said so. Again, millionaires, while they tell you that you ain't got shit, you ain't never going to get shit because of the white man and racism, inadvertently or purposely making you think that you can't do shit. You fall for it and you would rather listen to Plies. What's the last song that you heard from Plies that you should be listening to him? Now, listen, I don't have a problem with these celebrities having their opinions because everybody can have their opinion. I don't care. But what he's saying don't make no damn sense. No one didn't not ask the white man anything. Guess what? We didn't have to ask the white man anything because the white man put shit out there. And y'all are thoroughly always saying Project 2025. So how can he go and turn around and say this when all of y'all, not y'all, are out here saying that it's Project 2025? So either way, it's out here. So what do we have to ask him? He came to the NABJ. He came and talked to the Negroes. The Negro, the alleged Negro, didn't even come and talk to the Negro. He just now said, why y'all asking questions? If that's not the most ignorant thing, that's why you colors can't get anywhere. That's why you always disproportionately affected. You ask no questions. I know we went over this yesterday, but you're going to listen to this ignorant nigga right here? He sounds stupid. He sounds half damn crazy. Not asking any questions. Cool. Next time y'all ask, go somewhere and you get on a ride at a amusement park and they don't strap you in, don't ask no questions. Just go along with it. Okay. Especially if it's a black person that's strapping you in. That's really what the hell it is that he's saying. If you're going up in a hot air balloon, child, and they don't give you any type of instruction, just go ahead and go as long as it's a black person, child. Because, you know, you can trust all the niggas to a fault, no matter what. He sounds stupid. I said that. I meant that. And for the people that's defending this shit, you stupid too. I said that. I meant that. Because that's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. But let BCP take it over, child, before I go get riled up. By the way, I got wine today. 1 glass of white wine. Don't come for me, Dr. G. 1 glass of white wine and then water. Because, child, I be feeling like I need it.
The fries, but that's about it. So free fry, that's about all she can do, but she can't change the price of that motherfucker a pound up there. Oh, that motherfucking Big Mike. That ain't that mother White House. She just like the mother. You fall in line. Now, if you can get some other free fries out every now and again, you get some other free fries out.
What?
But y'all mothers know this. Most of y'all, but y'all just want some of them other things. Now, if she was.
Oh, yeah. And of course, he's talking about you crusty, rusty, dusty, musty, ashy ass bums, because that's always the easiest thing to go and do, right? It's just acceptable and easy and a given and done to come out here and talk about specifically men, period, but black men in particular. Always, always, always. How come he don't talk about these biatches? I'll do it. I'll do it because I'm a black woman. And the point is that if you can't take no type of correction or criticism, how the hell you ever gonna grow? Anything is ever gonna change and you ever gonna move forward. Keep listening to these millionaires. Keep listening to these people who got more money than you will ever see in your life while they're trying to keep your ass down and you over here believing it, knowing GD well that all the hell you got to do is get out there and get some shit done. But you would rather let someone give you the excuse to be lazy, coloreds. I said that. I meant that. You would rather take the easy, low-hanging fruit way out and blame white people who ain't thinking about you for the most part and then say it's racism, white supremacy, discrimination, blah, 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 blah. Shout out to EJ. Thank you, honey. He said, look at the coon dropping the cheese for them folks sell out. Shout out to you, hon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to our girl, Ms. AB is up in here. Thank you, hon. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. She said, just like Jason Black said, when she wins, they will completely discount black people. It will have shown that they don't have to give us anything. We already know that's what it is because you got MFers like him and the rest of them who they're going to get paid. They're getting paid. I don't know about Plies, but the rest of them getting paid. Steve Harvey said he going to do it for free. He don't care. Steve Harvey said he gonna give her a live, make it easy for her. These Negroes won't make it easy for none of you. When your ass is on TV and we talking about you, call up Steve Harvey. When your ass ain't got shit to eat, call up Ricky Smiley. When your ass is got the eggs is how the milk is how you can't afford the gas, make sure you call these niggas that told you that you need to vote for AKA to be sworn in by a DST on MLK Day.
Rather than didn't do something, then that's a whole different ballgame. And black woman need to explain this. Y'all the same off when Barack was running. He wasn't mother black enough for you knew. And a lot of y'all, I didn't figure out what y'all getting confused. Y'all don't even want mother black. Y'all want ignorant. That's what you mother want. A lot of y'all.
The all damn audacity. Y'all didn't even want Obama. That nigga was in twice. What are you talking about? He's gonna call somebody ignorant. Goodbye.
Y'all think ignorant mean black. And that's why some of you mother like Trump, because he mother ignorant. But I'm here to mother tell you, everybody black ain't mother ignorant. And everybody white ain't mother smart. So put that in your mother pipe and mother smoke it.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you guys, the left is really panicking over the fact that black men are critically thinking about who they want to lead the country. Okay, they're saying, listen, I don't want to keep lining up and voting for Democrats and getting the same exact results that we've gotten before in the past. It's time for a change. Okay, I'm going to vote for Trump. Okay, you're seeing a trend of black men saying, yeah, I'm going to support Trump. And they don't care about the left calling them sellouts and all types of racial slurs and, the whole black woman thing, right?
No, isn't that nice? Don't forget BIPOC, y'all. Don't forget the white women calling us BIPOC. Any other day, any other time in the world, they would have been riled the F up. Let's skip to this daggone podcast, I guess, with these biatches.
Without further ado, let's get to it.
Gigi in Virginia, welcome. Hi.
Hi, love you so much. Love your show, but listen forever.
Thank you.
So, and I'm sorry, good afternoon to your guests as well.
It's Amber.
So,
bam.
Hi, Amber.
Hi there.
So, my relationship with my only child is severed. Strange, to put it lightly, because he's a Donald Trump supporter. We do not.
Wow. So this is your only child. Okay, this is your only child, your only son, and you're saying your relationship is severed because he's a Trump supporter.
Imagine severing your relationship with your child because he believes in something that you don't, which really what it comes down to is that he's not listening to you. You're willing to let your son go because he ain't doing what you want him to do. That's the bottom line right here. And she sounds just as ignorant as Plies does. I'm not going to give up on you because you want to go vote for someone else, because make sure that y'all know them curtains closed. You can vote for whoever the hell you want. And guess what the funny part is? Everybody thought Hillary was about to be in that bitch. And they was out here saying all this and all that. And what happened? Them asses went and voted for Donald damn Trump. So continue, not y'all, but I'm just saying all these people that think they just got it in the bag and we gonna have this and all this symbolism, and be prepared, black men here and that hear me on replay. You will be the fall guy, literally and figuratively. Shout out to What's a King to a God, a member for 10 months. I appreciate you, hun. He said, salute Michonne and Chad. Ply sounds crazy. He is just vocally doing the role of Martin Boulay. Chicken and watermelon to stand. Oh my God. I might have to change the name of that. Y'all crazy. That is awesome. Thank you so much, hun. I appreciate you. Shout out to Supreme 10, a member for 2 months. I see you. I appreciate you. He said, when Kamala, the chameleon, loses the election, African-American men will get the blame. You absolutely will, as long as y'all already know it. That's what it's going to be. So just get yourselves together. I promise you that's what's going to happen. I promise you that's what's going to happen.
Again, it shows you how brainwashed these people are on the left, okay? Because if you are a mother, the political ideology or who your son chooses to support is not a reason for why you can't have a relationship with him, okay? Because your relationship is supposed to be deeper than politics. But again, this is what the Democrat Party has done. They brainwash people into thinking that their whole lives revolve around supporting Democrats, right? And anybody who doesn't support Democrats is some type of traitor, even your family members. It's sad. It really is.
Not talk about politics anymore because the vitriol, the meanness, like you said a couple weeks ago, being loud and wrong, and I'm selective as to where I'm going to send my energy. And I just do not have that conversation with him anymore.
I'm selective where I'm going to spend my energy. I'm not going to talk to my son because he wants to use his own brain and exercise his own vote the way that he can per what the ancestors did for us. But she's going to hold it against him. If that's not the most ignorant shit, it's up there with Plies. It's up there with Plies. Can't imagine why we got so many problems with these kids when you're about to drop them off just because they don't do and say what you want them to do. Shout out to No T. Thank you, honey. Says Trump 2024 all day. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Everyone, please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
But he's in those chat rooms. He's deep in those chat rooms, especially the ones about hating on women and women should be working. I'm like, where did you come from? But anyway, I sent him Clay Kane's book 2 weeks ago. When I tell you this boy lost his mind, and we haven't spoken since. It's that bad.
You sent him a book to read, and he was mad.
What kind of book?
I know. I'm just the grift. You sent him a book to read, though. I'm saying it's not like you sent him Anthrax. You sent him a book to read,
I sent him a book.
and he was mad. Instead of reading the book and then having a discussion like, why would you send this? But I read the book, and I don't agree with this, that, and the other. He just went ballistic. What did he do?
He went ballistic. He went ballistic and sending me all these old stupid ass. What's that Black Byron? What's that one dude's name? That's
Donaldson.
Yeah. Yeah, that fool. He come sending me all these videos. Firing them off. All these YouTube.
So he was deranged for sending her videos, but it's okay for her to send him a book. But he can't send her how he got to his point of view. She can only send to him how she wants him to look at things based off of her. The ignorance there. But it's okay. Now that's going crazy because he's sending her something to take a look at. But you don't know what I'm saying. This is I'm sick of it. It's not listen, BCP can say it's the Democrats, and I'm not saying that they don't have any flaws, and I'm not saying that Republicans don't either. What I'm saying is you niggas. That's the problem right there. Okay, I'm calling it. You coloreds. You don't want to read. You don't want to investigate. Again, you take the low-hanging fruit. You want to do what's easy. You lazy AF. Ain't nobody keeping you from shit but your GD self. That's why I can't have any empathy or sympathy for people that don't want to do for their damn self. You think somebody's supposed to be giving you something, and all we're asking for from Kamala is what the fuck it is she plans on doing. Ain't nobody, I'm not anyway. I don't think that anybody is going to come out here and say, listen, colors, this is what you're getting. In my mind, I just don't think it's ever going to happen. But that don't mean that I can't ask her what the fuck she going to do about these damn illegals. What she going, the border czar that they're trying to lie and say that she's not appointed the border czar, even though we got it on tape and have seen that she's the border czar. And you see these states, these cities taken over in complete and utter trash. Shout out to Chicago, where you colors were upset, but now you colors want to go vote for her. And isn't it interesting? I'm going to let it play in a second. Isn't it interesting that you want to give her a clean slate? We didn't even say that we wanted her to be the damn nominee. Shout out to Anton Daniels with the Millionaire Morning Show this morning, where he got a video with Chris Cuomo, which if we had time, I would play it, where he called it all out about all the same people that they claim that they gonna get to get you what you need are all the people that were in there, because they're giving them all the damn money. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it ain't even about black and white. It's about fucking green. But y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all want to still think that they're going to be out here doing something for you specifically. You better go out here and do it for your GD self. Because if you ain't going to do it, you ain't going to get it. And you going to be out here looking like a fool while rolling up there doing the two-step in the damn White House. Shout out to Casey Cat in the building, member for 2 months. I appreciate you, hon. She said, it's bad when a Kennedy turns against Dem nominee. Absolutely. And his family is talking mad sugar honey iced tea about him. When did it become the fact that I can believe in what the fuck I want, you can believe in what the fuck you want, and we can still be cool and be friends? This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It happens every single damn time. Fuck y'all. You hear me? Not y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all. If you don't like it, because all you people with the assumptions that I'm a Trump supporter, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just what is the word? You are deflecting because GD well, I'm right that Kamala ain't said shit. She ain't trying to say shit because she just wants to play off of the fact that you colors, who clearly your vote matters, or else they wouldn't be going after your ass. Because ignorant ass black people always say our vote don't matter. Our vote don't matter. Okay, then why the fuck they coming after your asses? Never want to look at it from that perspective, right? But just go ahead and give her the clean slate. Ignore everything in the past. It don't matter what she did as far as Willie, whoever the hell it is. because I really don't care about that. But y'all want to keep talking about Donald Dan Trump and all his affairs. Y'all wasn't that upset when Bill Clinton was doing his thing in the daggone White House. I don't give a fuck about that shit because y'all done cheated too. So I'm not trying to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is the damn crime, okay? Kamala ain't talking about that. Then y'all telling me that Tim Tom want to put tampons in boys' bathrooms and y'all think that shit sound normal? Y'all think that shit sound normal? That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Hell, he might be just as bad as whether she picked JB or Gavin Newsom. This is crazy. Shout out to Supreme 10. Thank you so much, honey. He said, you see why African-American men do not want to date African-American women. All one has to do is look at the mother these sons were raised by. She sounds crazy for sure. She definitely is crazy. And we can continue to show it over and over and over and over again. And you just tossing these people out there. You're willing to give up your own damn son just because he won't basically do what you want him to do that is not detrimental to anything. But we're going to see in a second, you always know your ass is going to come out here for your criminal ass sons. Not my baby. Not my baby. But your son who's fine, who can think for himself, who reads, who wants to look into things and ain't in trouble, you want to give him up. I'm sick of you bitches. Fuck all of y'all. Shout out to the Builders Table. Thank you so much, hon. For FTR, I'm voting. I'm sorry, I don't know what the acronym is. I'm voting for Gold P. I would have said I'm voting for at Michonne, but she be late. You know what? I ain't got time for y'all. Y'all crazy. Shout out to Gold P in the building. I appreciate you, hon. Y'all crazy. Y'all gonna leave me alone. Y'all gonna leave me alone up in here. For the record, okay. Shout out to Decline Management. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your patience. Come on, BCP, child.
Look here, stop sending me this bullshit. So
I want you guys to understand how this works, right? I want you guys to understand how this works. She's claiming that her son went ballistic, but the behavior from her son that she described does not, to me, indicate that he was mad or upset or had some type of episode, right? He was angry about it. She didn't really describe that at all. What she described was, okay, well, he sent back some videos of Byron Donalds or a GOP congressman. Maybe he sent her some of my videos, right? Who knows? Okay. He sent back some videos to her saying, hey, well, since you want me to read this book, here are some videos for you to take a look at, for you to learn about some things, to educate yourself. And to me, it seems that she's the one that went ballistic, okay? Because she's the one that was like, stop sending me this BS, okay?
And look at the support you get from these black biatches right here. You're going to just sit here and say that it's okay that she's basically saying that she's going to give up her son because he chooses to support a freaking presidential candidate that she doesn't like. That's brainwashing you coloreds. Guess what? You don't have to vote for her. You could also vote for Cornel fucking West. You can't vote for RFK anymore. Like, seriously. And you think that shit is funny? Look at them laughing. That shit is not funny. You willing to give up your kids over this bullshit? That's crazy. You are the problem. I know you don't like to hear that. I know you don't like to acknowledge it. But many of you bitches are the problem. Tiffany fucking Cross. What you better do, bitch, fuck you, okay? That's why your ass got fired and your podcast sucks, okay? Shout out to Ms. AB with another 5. Thank you, hun. She said, I got cursed out the other day. This black man called me MAGA. I guess I was supposed to be offended. I don't got time for people. All they got is name calling all the time. Like, because that we asking this woman to explain herself just because y'all wanted to sit up here and let Biden say whatever the hell it is that he want and then turn around and act like it's not a big deal because you too scared, like I said before, of Donald Trump, even if he is racist. So y'all scared. So you're pussy ass bitches at the end of the day that want your ancestors to have done everything and you ain't willing to do shit to combat the same shit that they had to go through because your ass are pussy.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
And then, since Daryl mentioned it, be tethering. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, who I've been listening to a little bit more lately. Tethers, yeah, that's who y'all want to listen to. That's who y'all want to take your advice from. Another example of someone who came from nothing, came over here, did the damn thing, a millionaire, and telling your poor ass to sit there and continue to be poor, and you're willingly listening to it. This is why I don't have any empathy for your shit. When you out here in the food desert, I don't give a fuck. When you out there talking about the gas station got to close because of the crime, I don't give a fuck. When something happens with your kids, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because you don't care. Why am I supposed to care? Anyway, I'm going to give this 5 more minutes and we're moving on.
See, this story don't even sound right. It sounds to me like she's the one who is intolerant and has the problem. He doesn't. Because if he would have went ballistic, then he would have acted the same way that she acted. But I don't think he actually acted that way, right? Not based off how she's describing the situation. I think she's the one that...
Shout out to Sisodi and shout out to Big Tiff.
That is intolerant to other viewpoints. She's the one that's not willing to listen or to gain a different perspective. She's clearly telling you that because she didn't like the fact that her son was sending her stuff in order to educate her on Trump. Again, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. These people accuse everybody else of doing what they do, right? These are the people who are actually intolerant to other viewpoints, not Trump supporters. Trump supporters are some of the most open-minded people. This is why a lot of Trump supporters.
And now you might be going a little bit too far right there, BCP. But what I will say, shout out to No T. Thank you, honey. He said if they allow Cornell on their ballot, they took RFK to count for him being on the ballot. I know they basically was trying to do something with that man. I didn't even realize he was in the race. Honestly, I gotta be honest. Meaning RFK until like the last 45 to 60 days. I didn't know at all. But then again, I didn't know Cornell was in since last damn June because wasn't nobody talking about that, right? I forget what I was about to say. So he said that Republicans are more tolerant. You're going a little bit far. Everybody be acting crazy when it comes to their side, okay? But what I will say is that for those ignorant people that just want to say, if you support Donald Trump, just say you do. I have no problem with saying anything about anything. And clearly, if you're saying that shit, you don't know and you ain't been here long enough. I say whatever I want. The only person I gotta listen to is the people here on YouTube. That's it. That's all. I need to follow their rules. I don't have to tell anybody anything. And you're so ignorant and you're showing your ignorance that you just want to elect her because she's allegedly black today or because she's D9 or because she's a woman as opposed to what the fuck it is she's going to do. And that's why if she gets elected, we're going to, let me rephrase, we're going to sit here and we're going to laugh at every single last one of you when you come back out here whining and complaining. If you out there complaining about you can't find a place to live, fuck you, we don't care. If you out here talking about you can't get nothing to eat, fuck you, we don't care. If you out here talking about you ain't got no place to live, you getting evicted, you done had another kid, you got to go 10,000 miles in order to get an AB, fuck you, we don't care. I'm being absolutely serious right now. Because the same things that you've been complaining about for the last 3 damn years are all out the fucking window because you want to listen to a bunch of niggas that are millionaires that care about themselves. Because as I always have said, even before this election, the bottom line is about fucking green. They don't give a damn about you niggas. They don't give a damn, honestly, about most of the damn white people, whether you want to believe it or not. They care about them damn pockets, of which Anton proved today with Chris Cuomo's video. Shout out to Casey Cat. Thank you, hon. I appreciate you. She says, funny thing is, if they put up Michelle Obama as the nom, people would have voted in that woman in a heartbeat. I agree. She and her husband would rather lead from behind the curtain. They've been doing it for the last 4 years. That's what everybody says. I will not confirm nor deny. I don't know. But they most assuredly pushed Joe out, which Chris confirmed, not that we didn't already know. They pushed Joe out. They went around every single last one of us. We don't want to see that, right? We don't want to see the fact that we didn't put her up there. It'd be something different, God forbid, if something had happened to him and then she was put in there, because that's the way that it's supposed to go. But they just pushed his ass on out of there. We supposed to just accept it. A lot of you colors are just going ahead and saying, all right, well, there you go. You've already been tricked in front of your fucking face and you want to ignore that too. Child, ain't nobody got time. Come on.
Used to be Democrats. They used to be former Democrats. Because they have an open beliefs, right? They don't know what she wants to do. They don't know anything except she's not Trump. But the Trump supporters are radicalized, though. Amazing.
Okay, so that's a very good question. So I started noticing a change in his attitude toward women about 3 years ago. And the whole asking me questions about our grandmother. Where was Granddaddy at and Big Mama and where was your people raised and your dad's people? And so just asking all these questions about the fathers, the men in the family and who all was working.
Oh no, asking questions about the men in the family. That's just crazy. Oh my God. So yeah, she a single mother.
And, just all these bizarre questions. And
there's nothing bizarre about asking questions regarding your family history, right? I'm not.
Well, let me just go ahead and say that be also the problem with you coloreds. You don't know your family history. That's why you end up married to your cousins and having babies with them. You don't know where you come from. You don't know what your family history is because Black people don't want to talk about it. They don't talk about the diseases that they've had in their family. What's going on? You don't know who your father is. So that's a whole side of your family that you don't know. You don't know what diseases they have, what they've been through, what you're particularly destined to maybe have health-wise, and be missing a whole half of your damn life, and y'all think that shit is normal. I tell my children every GD thing that I find out, every single thing, and I tell them you better tell it to your kid too. You need that information, but y'all would rather, not y'all, but y'all would rather go through life getting fucking diabetes and then turn around and say it's white supremacy that you get sick. No, you get sick because you don't know your fucking history. You don't know your family history. You won't talk about it. That's why we got so much low molestation going on, because you allow your kids and your family to be around the same damn people that you know damn well that's low mesting people, specifically probably you. You don't want to talk about it because you're scared to lose a bunch of motherfuckers that don't care about you any damn way. Then want to act like this white people's the problem. You motherfuckers are the problem.
I'm not sure what is so bad about that. If anything, you should be happy that your son wants to know more about his family. Right now, to me, this woman sounds like a single mother, right? She sounds like she does not have a man in her life. So she's upset that her son is asking about his father's side of the family, right? That's probably what it is. Okay.
Imagine that. We don't need to hear no more of this. Shout out to BCP though. We know what the damn issues are and continue to do the same damn wrong things and then turn around to blame somebody else. You know damn well we're destined for high damn blood pressure, y'all. I'm good back here. I'm good. You destined for high blood pressure. You put salt on everything before you even taste it. You know we're prone to diabetes. You eat shit all the damn time. Don't even know what a fucking berry is. Don't know the last time that you ate a fucking vegetable. Fat is all get out and then gonna turn around with like, he like it too, bitch. What? Okay, so die then. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Shout out to Mr. Too Fresh. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. He said, did you see the debate on Twitter with Uncle? I didn't heard about it. We might have to get to that tomorrow or Wednesday, because I think we might have big Tiff Talk tomorrow. With Uncle Luke against the FBA. I saw Tariq Nasheed talking about it. It got crazy. It was about Kamala Harris isn't everything right now, because we not falling in line. Fall in line with these cheeks, okay? Because nobody tells me what the fuck to do. I am a grown-ass woman, 53 fucking years old. The last thing I need is a motherfucker who I know damn well all they concerned with is themselves and their pockets to tell me shit. Don't tell me that I can't. Especially, somebody said this today, because I've been watching a lot today, that you are basically being asked for something and you're not requesting anything in return. And that's why Black people are where they are, because they too scared to ask for anything, but be the first person to talk about somebody damn else. Now we're going to listen to our girl. Shout out to PBL. This came out earlier today. Black Chicago residents are fed up. Illegals taking over the middle Black class neighborhoods. Now, we already know this, right? We already know. We've been talking about it since the migrants was crossing over, asylum seekers, whatever you want to call them. And they started coming in. They was up here talking about the Black people was up in the meetings finally. They was in there like they be in the Dalton meetings, child. They was talking about they was going to sue. They was going to do all. Where all that go, Bueller? Where did all that go, Bueller? Still got it on videos. Bueller, what happened? What happened? Oh, it all goes out the window now? So you think that the borders are that allowed it to happen, who ain't got a policy to date except for two things that Donald Trump has, and to make sure that you can get your ABs, which I don't understand why y'all don't have a problem with that, but then want to give you maternal health. But you just going to ignore the migrant situation now, right? All right, cool. Not a problem. Let's hear what she got to say, y'all.
They started off putting the immigrants over in the police station. And as they started to move them out of the police station, they stealthily started to put them in our neighborhoods. Well, the neighborhood didn't want them. The residents, the citizens, we pushed back, but the deal was already done. And so they were bringing in a lot of military-aged men into the community. I mean, we're not blind, we're not stupid, we're not obtuse. We know what's going on. But unfortunately, the people who run this city, they don't care what the people think. So they started putting them into quiet residential neighborhoods like Washington Park, middle-class black neighborhoods.
But the people that run the city is Mayor Brandon Johnson, and the last I checked, he was a colored too, which y'all put in there because you couldn't stand Lori Lightfoot, and the person who was hard on crime, y'all didn't want that person, so you got what you voted for. Shout out to my girl, thank you so much. She said Tariq was a no-show typical, but Tommy Soto was, I guess, for whatever happened on Twitter. But Tariq was talking about it on his YouTube page earlier today, talking about Luke. Let me say I saw it today anyway. Shout out to everybody who is here. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
We're still pushing back. We don't want them here. The crime rate has gone up since they've been here. That's a fact.
No,
we live it every day.
That's race.
You heard that? She said they are putting these illegals in middle-class black neighborhoods. See, a lot of black people like to ignore this. They think it's only impacting poor black folks. No, they are now placing illegals all over the place. Not just poor black neighborhoods, but middle-class black neighborhoods too. And it's not just black people.
We all know about the migrant situation in New York City, but now New Jersey is involved. That's because a new situation in New York that's restricting buses from coming from the South with these migrants on board. They have restrictions on when they can get into the city, how they can get into the city. So what's going on is that these buses are stopping at train stations in New Jersey.
Imagine being so excited because you just bought a house in this neighborhood, a house that costs around $250,000, $300,000. And you decide to go for a walk. You go for a walk, the CVS is just right around the corner, and look what you run into, a bunch of white tents. Do you know what it means when you see a bunch of white tents? Those white tents right there are housing probably close to 2,000 illegal immigrants in a neighborhood right here in Chicago. How would that make you feel if they decided to put these up in your local CVS neighborhood? I think where these tents should go, these tents need to be moved on over to $1 million neighborhoods where the politicians live. Move them right over to your neighborhood. I went to Mike Chicago's house yesterday, Brandon Johnson. I went to his house. There were no tents around his neighborhood. There was a policeman sitting outside of his house, and there were orange cones in front of his house protecting his house.
It's spilling over, impacting.
Oh, you mean to tell me that Brandon has police protection and he's got cones, so none of y'all could just go up to his door if you felt like it? Child, that sounds crazy. Shout out to Brandon Johnson doing the damn thing, along with JB Pritzker, who is a billionaire, I found out last week. A billionaire with a B. Billionaire with a B. Because like I said, it's about green more than anything else.
Everybody, from legal Hispanics to other legal immigrants, black people and white people. Shout out to Numbers USA. They spoke to black folks in Chicago to hear what they had to say about the migrant crisis and how it's destroying the black community. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, we remember all this, right? We remember all this. Shout out to NYC. Yeah, they was doing the damn thing. We watched it from the beginning.
They need to enforce the laws that are already on the books. These people are here illegally. Again, they're not seeking asylum. If they were seeking asylum, they would have gone to the first country that would have granted them asylum, which would have been Mexico. What I would like to see them do, if they're here illegally, they need to go back to their country of origin, and that's immediately. We have no allegiance to these folks, okay? We don't care where they're from.
This is 100% true. We don't owe these people anything. Yet they're getting thousands of dollars in food stamps, free rent, education vouchers, cash, loans.
Mopeds, don't forget about that. Shout out to Bunker. I haven't seen you in a while, honey. If you happen to come through, money for so they could be doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. When they first got here, they was lined up outside the hotel. They started protesting because they didn't want to go to Brooklyn. You can't F with us over here. We've been knowing what's going on.
In 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle or my food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit. Can't even get a business loan because of color of my skin.
That's a lie from the pit of hell. She gonna try to throw in there some racism. I can't get a loan because of color of my skin. I get loans all the time. What are you talking about, ma'am? That must mean your credit sucks. Please stop this. You're in Chicago and you're telling me that you can't get a loan. What loan are you looking for? Maybe if it's for a business loan, your business hasn't been established long enough. But please don't, y'all. I'm not saying that it doesn't ever happen, but that ain't the reason she didn't get the loan. She didn't get a loan because whatever the hell she was getting or something was wrong. If she was doing this business so greatly and she wanna, hell, if I can get credit in my damn business's name, you was doing a lot more than me. So that don't even make sense, especially if you deal with major banks. You have to be lent to, well, you have to be lent to with the criteria, of course, in your neighborhoods. It's the law. CRA, Community Reinvestment Act. You have to be lent to. I'm just saying. Don't talk to me about lending and shit, child, because I be knowing. All right. That's a lie. There's something else going on. She ain't walk in there and said, nigga, nah, we ain't giving you no money. Come on now, y'all. Stop this.
I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran.
All the more reason why you ain't getting no loan if you a veteran. Child, please tell this to somebody who don't know.
I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money?
Does the Democratic...
Because you and all these other people will sit and allow Kamala not to have a policy in sight, hold her to no accountability at all. So when she go out there and do whatever she wants, you can't say anything about it. When she goes and does whatever she wants, you can't say anything about it because she didn't even give you a plan. This is your problem at all times. Black community, you can act like it's not true. You know GD well that it is true. And that's why in numbers, we are at the bottom of lists we shouldn't be at the bottom of, and top of lists we shouldn't be at the top of, because it means that you got to do some daggone work. Y'all don't want to do no work. You think somebody's supposed to give you shit. Then as soon as somebody tells you what to do, you're going to be doing it. You not going to tell me. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it work with business. That ain't how it work with money. That ain't how it work with a relationship. You can't tell somebody that they got to do everything for you and then you think you're going to do whatever you want. That's just not how it works. But for some reason, y'all think that it does. Then you want to keep electing people just because they're going to give you something. What are you even asking for? Section 8 that only opens up every 15 years? Food stamps where you still can't afford at the end of the month? Like, what do you coloreds want? Like, seriously, what do y'all want? I'm confused. What do y'all want? So if you can't say what you want, then don't be mad when you get exactly what you asked for.
Platform seem to satisfy your needs as far as what you'd like to see with our immigration policy.
What platform is that? They don't seem to have a platform. They seem to have open borders. Everybody can come here. Listen, people live in their homes. You have a home or you have an apartment. Do you have a front door on your home?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a back door?
Yes, I do.
Are they locked?
They're locked.
Are you locking because you're racist?
No.
You're locking because?
I'm protecting my 4 children that I have at home.
Exactly. Same thing with our borders, okay? It's nothing to do with race.
No, ma'am, because one of these damn politicians, I don't know that it was Brandon, said, just leave the door open, leave the keys at the front door. Maybe it was Canada. I'm not really sure. Maybe y'all remember. Just so you don't have to worry about somebody breaking in, just leave the keys at the front door so they can just go ahead and take the car. That's what these people are saying. And if we continue to sit here and allow this bullshit, it's on us. It's on us. But y'all rather listen to fucking Plies and be mad because Beyonce didn't show up at the last day of the DNC instead of holding Kamala to tell you what the fuck her policies are. Child, please.
We have to protect our sovereignty. Yep. We have to protect the citizens here. We have to protect our homeland. And so we have to close those borders.
Absolutely.
By any means necessary. Building a wall is an excellent idea. Look at the DNC convention. They built all kinds of walls of security. They have all kinds of police. They wanted to defund the police. They didn't want police protection. But listen, when it comes to them, it's always hypocrisy, you know.
This sister made a good point. If everybody's okay with open borders, how about you unlock your doors in your house, leave them wide open, put a note there for all the intruders, maybe some cookies. So next time they don't have to bust open the door or slide through your window. They can have easy access to you, your family, and everything you have. Even better, when they run up in your house, already have the money packed up too on the table for them. You know, in a nice briefcase. Put your money in there, your credit cards, just hand it all over to them and thank them for their service. So you see how
that is exactly what they want us to do now. That's exactly what they have said. We've heard it. That's why, and it's because of you bitches, I'm calling you out. It's because you bitches want to sit up here and protect your juvenile, delinquent ass, gremlin ass kids, and you don't want nothing to happen to them, but you want them to be able to do whatever they want. But when someone wants them to be held accountable, you like, not my baby. And it's racism until they do something to you. And then we're all supposed to gather behind and support. Fuck that, and fuck you too.
How crazy that is.
Why is it that you get to come here? You ain't put no money on the books, no taxes, bled no wars. You've contributed nothing intellectually here. And you get to come here, you get all these resources that the average American can't. What about our homeless children?
What about our veterans?
This is the game right now. So all of those things are connected, and it starts by not giving the children the resources that they need because you're stealing the money. So you have these immigrants coming in. If you need to flee where you live, yeah, come in. But don't neglect your own children. Yep. You're giving money. All of a sudden, you come up with all this money. You found all this money, to throw at their needs and stuff. Our kids need a line in these bills or whatever. There needs to be a line in there that at-risk children get the same type of accommodations, modifications, and monies needed to help them access the curriculum too.
So in other words, they're only upset and riled up now because they see that someone else is getting it, because all this daggone time, y'all wasn't saying nothing. Maybe you mumbled at home, but you wasn't out there mobilizing. You weren't out there saying, no, we're not going to take it. We ain't going to take it. You wasn't out there trying to make any type of change. You just was like apathetic about it. And then you see that somebody else is getting it, and now you're all upset. Child, we already knew. We saw them kick them damn veterans out of that daggone hotel and bust them migrants right on up in there. It's all on video. So I'm just a little concerned and confused as to why y'all didn't say something way back when we was talking about it and saying something about it. But no, it was okay, child, because y'all let Joe say and do whatever the hell it is that he wants to, and Kamala gets it all too because she was right there with him. We not giving no clean fucking slates.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
Got no problem with that, and you ain't got no problem with this?
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
But you think that you're going to call us names because we ain't falling in line yet again? No, y'all continue to make these dumbass mistakes, and we continue to sit here and watch your destruction as it happens over and over and over again. This is wash, rinse, repeat. This is not new. This is how it continues to be. This, for me, at this point, ain't even about Democrat and Republican. It's about how stupid y'all look out here cutting for somebody that ain't gonna fucking cut for your ass. Shout out to Casey Cap for another $5. I appreciate you, hun. She said, Kamala repeatedly and vehemently states illegal aliens are not criminals. Just like Brandon Johnson says that all the kids are just having gatherings and no one has to worry about anything. But we gonna move on. Shout out to PBL. Let's go on and get into the crime, child. Let's see. Georgia family demanding justice after 11-year-old sentenced to just 2 years in juvie after admitting to holding 8-year-old's head underwater until he drowned. I wonder what this is about. So this is out here over in Georgia. You know, everybody racist over there, but shout out to our guy.
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
8-year-old boy charged in connection with the death of 8-year-old Noah Bush has been sentenced.
It's probably one of the hardest days of my life. This isn't just this.
Noah disappeared on May 15th in Jessup. He was found dead the next day in a construction pit full of water. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office initially ruled his death accidental. That sparked weeks of protests in the community. Well, nearly 2 months after his death, a 10-year-old and 11-year-old were charged. A hearing was held today for that 11-year-old. Riley Phillips has more now from the hearing and reaction from Noah's family.
It was an emotional day. Noah's family and their lawyers were visibly upset leaving the courtroom. The 11-year-old was sentenced to 2 years in a juvenile detention facility, but Noah's mother says there is still no closure in this case.
When will you stand up?
Tensions flared outside the courtroom Thursday. Protesters yelling justice for Noah. At one point, Wayne County Sheriff's deputies came outside to tell the group to move across the street. That's when a deputy and a protester got in each other's faces. But the mood shifted when the hearing ended.
We're here with Demetrius Bush.
Tears of sadness fell as the family of Noah Bush and their lawyers described what happened inside the courtroom.
This 11-year-old admitted under oath that he, in fact, led Noah Bush down to the clay pits, pushed him into the water, and ultimately held his head under that water until he drowned.
The 11-year-old faced 4 charges in connection to Noah's death, including concealing the death of another and involuntary manslaughter. The 11-year-old will now spend 2 years in a juvenile detention facility, along with the 10-year-old also charged in this case. Noah's mother, Demetris Bush, also spoke in court today, reading a victim impact statement.
My baby was 8 years old with a full life ahead of him. And 2 years is what the state of Georgia calls justice for an entire life that's lost.
But the family does not feel any relief. Their fight now turns to the adults in this case. They believe adults related to the juveniles helped cover up Noah's death, and they say they won't stop calling for their arrests.
There is no peace. There is no comfort. There is no closure for me. I will live with this for the rest of my life.
And there is still no update on whether the sheriff's office plans to make any more arrests in connection to this case. The sheriff would not answer any questions today or provide a statement.
So this is a horrible story, of course. So rest in peace to that child, Noah, that is deceased. But of course, the kid, the 10 and 11-year-old, these are 11, 10, and 8 years old is what we're talking about right here. And when I say that we have a problem, you know, I'm crazy. I guess I'm a white supremacist talking points, right? But when you go into the comments, okay, these people in the comments, you know, you coloreds, voluntary manslaughter after he said he lured him to that location, pushed him in, held him down. That's red rum. This is why blacks need to stand together as a whole every day, not just when something like this happens. Nowadays, you can't even let kids be with other kids. I agree. I'm glad. How long we've been talking about that? You can't trust every daggone body. This one says, read online that the victim's family believes the act was racially motivated. Tells me all I need to know about the perpetrator and his family. Okay, so now they want to make it about race, right? Is the perpetrator white is what someone is asking right here. And they believe that he is. They said yes. All right. So now it's got to be a big deal because the person that did this was white. However, if your kid did it, it would be not my baby. And this is not right. And he was going to buy an Airbnb. Remember in Baltimore? He's going to go out here and buy Airbnb. He didn't mean to do it. And it's the ignorancy adults out there. Y'all remember all that, right? You can't pick and choose when you want the law to work for you and not someone else. That's the part that you coloreds don't seem to be getting either. That's why maybe you should be expecting something from Kamala and from Donald damn Trump and from Cornel West and whoever else might be out there, so that you can say what it is that you're looking for. Again, when you're not looking for anything, you become reactive. How many times have I said that? All y'all do is become reactive. There's no proactivity at all. And when you put something into place, it's for everyone, not just for blacks. Blacks can't have their own laws and whites have their own laws. I know y'all want to say that everything is racist, but what it is that you're chaotic and you don't want to sit with anything when it comes time for black people to have some sort of punishment. That's the problem. That's the problem. And now all of a sudden, because it's this, no offense against any of these, this kid or any of them, okay? But now all of a sudden we want parents to be held accountable. Now wait a GD minute. When I've been saying it for forever, we've been saying it for about 2 years now. Nobody wants to hear any of that. Not my baby. You letting your kids be out at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., don't come home, out with the ignorancy adults, out here with GUNs. What'd you expect? He live in West Baltimore. We've been listening to this. We already know. Y'all don't want to take accountability for anything until something happens to you. That's not how it's supposed to work. But you keep putting Doogie back into the house or back into his mayorship, Brandon Johnson back into his mayorship, and all these other people, just because they black, you don't see shit changing and your life is harder. It ain't changing, but you gonna go listen to daggone Roland. You don't require a damn thing from daggone Kamala. And based off of what we watch for BCP, you ain't trying to learn shit about what Trump has to offer. You just want to listen to Roland saying Project 2025, Project 2025, and anybody else that says it. Because you don't want to do your work. You don't want to do any of the hard work, and you leaving your kids out here to pass, or you just giving your kid up because they don't do what you want them to do. But let's move on over to here real quick, because we remember Mr. Lewis down there in D-damn-C. DC man convicted of manslaughter and fatal SHOOting of 13-year-old. Y'all remember this for those that have been here for a while. Let me go ahead and unmute this.
That decision was handed down in the past 2 hours.
WUSA 9 News at 5 begins right now with breaking news. A verdict has been reached in the trial of Jason Lewis. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Simone D'Alba.
And I'm Larry Miller. That decision was handed down in the past 2 hours. Lewis was charged with shooting and killing 13-year-old Karan Blake.
The jury found Lewis guilty on a handful of charges, including voluntary manslaughter and assault with a dangerous weapon. He was also found guilty on firearms possession charges.
Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz has been closely following this case. Rafa, can you explain for us this sentence?
Yeah, Larry, let's walk you through how we got to this moment. It was several hours of deliberation over 2 days. And as you mentioned, that jury determined that Jason Lewis is guilty of manslaughter while armed. This carries a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison here in the District of Columbia. But they also determined that he is not guilty of the harsher penalty, which is a murder, a second-degree murder. So basically what the jury determined is they refuted his stance that he
not my baby. This is the case that we got that saying from. This is the case that we got that saying from. So this young man here was 13 out at 3 a.m. breaking into cars, and this upstanding citizen on the left, the black man who was protecting his home as a city or state employee, whichever one it was. And he came out there, and maybe, you know, he probably shouldn't have brought his weapon. But the point is, when people say be armed, you still got to be careful, because even when you're doing what you think you need to do, the criminal gets the justice. Yeah, I know he's dead, child. I know. But the point is that there were 2 other people that were with him. They pulled up together. They didn't even go find those people. They wasn't even worried about those other 2 people. They just said, oh, let's go against this man who shot this baby. Even though he was 13 out at 3 a.m., rolling up in a stolen car, breaking into cars. But Mr. Lewis here was wrong, because he did what he thought he needed to do to protect his community. So you can't even protect your community. You're supposed to leave everything unlocked, leave everything at the door so they can come get your shit, because we're supposed to bend over and give everything. And you colors talk about that, and you don't want to ask Kamala nothing. And like somebody's been saying, other people have been saying in the chat, do you even know who locally you need to vote for? Are you even looking into who it is that you should be voting for locally? Because at the end of the day, that's going to make a bigger difference on your life, more so than Trump or daggone Kamala. I promise you, these are the same people that don't even know what's going on, or they're going to vote in the same people because they know their name. Name recognition wins a lot of the time as well. But what the hell do I know? I don't know shit. I may not know the intricacies of politics, but I know enough. And I know GD well that enough daggone people don't know shit going on with their local, their sheriff, their alderman, their Congress, their nothing. Nothing. But then you want to blame everything on the president. And then you want to say when something comes down for you, everyone's supposed to care. But when something happens to someone else, ain't nobody supposed to, everything's supposed to happen to them. Throw the book at this black man here, who is a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, because your gremlin was doing something illegally. So we're screwed either way. I'll be damned.
He acted in self-defense. So let's walk you through what Jason Lewis claimed throughout the trial. His defense presented that he was defending himself during that January 7th incident. But he said that when he walked out of his home, he saw a man or someone pointing a gun towards him and shooting at him, which prompted him to fire the first out of 3 shots. The other 2 shots were the ones that eventually struck and killed 13-year-old Karan Blake. So this is an ongoing case only because now we're waiting for the sentencing, which according to the DC court website is scheduled for October 25th. And just the last 5 minutes, the U.S. Attorney's Office provided us a full update of this case, and they're telling us that Lewis right now is facing 45 years behind prison.
45 years defending your community your area, what you worked for. So you know you're supposed to wait, depending on your state, you're supposed to wait until they come into the house before you can do something. If that's not the craziest, stupid ass shit I've ever heard in my daggone life. This case pisses me off. I'm gonna find his mother in a minute and let you listen to that.
We'll have more of the timeline of events leading to this moment, because this was a case that obviously got a lot of attention and led to a lot of vitriol comments on social media targeting Jason Lewis, but also 13-year-old Karan Blake. We'll have more coming up at 6.
To your point, Raphael, this certainly invoked a lot of emotion from the community with strong opinions on both sides of this. But to your point here, we now have the verdict, and we will get the sentencing later at a sentencing hearing that will take place at another date and time. Thank you so much.
All right. So I'm gonna bring up his mama. Y'all remember, for those that was here, y'all remember one short year ago, a little bit over a year ago. All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge Chris Creative. I appreciate you, hon. He said, did you see Newsom in California are considering giving illegals $150,000 grants for houses, but they not trying to replace y'all? I believe it. Without even having to look it up, I believe it. Plus, it's freaking Newsom. Like, that's crazy. Shout out to Missy G for becoming a member. Shout out to you, hon. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of my channel member support on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Foodlishness, because that's what we be doing over here. Shout out to everybody that is still here. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. So this is his good mama. Okay, let's take a listen. We're going to go way back in the time.
Right. The time of the day it was, despite like all of that, you know, children are children. You know, some of them grow up too fast. Some of them do things that they're not supposed to do. And some of us parents are not aware at all times. What I can say is that Karan came from a good home. And I try my best with him, you know.
I tried my best with him, but he grew up in a great home, y'all. Words matter.
But Jason Lewis, he had no right. He had no right. It could have went a whole different way. You know, and it's like everybody is like, what is he doing out at 4 a.m.? Like, would y'all feel better if it was at 4 p.m.?
Yes, I would. Yes. And not breaking into and taking things that don't belong to you. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
A crime is a crime.
Correct. And your son was committing crimes. Exactly. But you know, your colors, you know, want to see that type of stuff. You just want to look at the consequence of what it is that you were doing. You know, that old rule from back in the day, shout out to Generation X. If you hanging around those people, then that means that you are a product of those people and you're going to be considered the same type of people for that, whatever they might be doing. If you don't want to be considered that type of person, then don't hang around those type of people.
And that's just that. He took my baby, my firstborn. And it's messed up, but I gotta live with that. But I really hope that I get justice for my child. And I hope that this man is convicted.
I hope that that man is not convicted. Yes, he's been like convicted guilty, but hopefully he gets no time and only gets probation, if that. But unfortunately, he probably has already lost his job. So what happens thereafter?
To the highest. Justice for Karan.
Amen.
Amen.
That's my oldest child. I have 3 other children. I have twins, boy and girl. They're 6, and my oldest daughter is 9. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And could you tell us how you felt when you read or were conveyed the last words that your son said?
Devastated. I was devastated. That hurt me to the core. I did the funeral. I buried him. So it was like a little relief, just a little bit. And when I heard that yesterday, broke me.
All right, well, that was the amended version, because she definitely said that he was the man of the house, not my baby. That's exactly where I got that from. But you know how you coloreds do, right? Is everybody else's fault, everybody else's responsibility, yada, yada, yada. Let's see what's going on over here in Philly. All right, shout out to Philly. Teen boy carjack, robbed multiple people at GUM Point. Philly police say a boy between the ages of 10 and 12 and a 17-year-old carjacked and robbed at least 4 people in the span of 6 days in Philly. You know, surveillance is everywhere. They zooming in. Oh, excuse me. Look like he could be 8 or 9. Black male, thin build, 17, 5'8". 10 to 12, 4'8", 5 foot tall with puffy hair. Oh, puffy hair. I tell you. I know that's not my baby. Just walking around, just doing nothing. And you all aren't supposed to say anything or cross the street, because that would be you being racist if you do that. You can't say anything. You can't walk away. You can't look at them crazy. You can't call the oppressor not there. None of that. Or you just a white you just a white supremacist talking points. Kids can just walk around. You don't know. Oh yeah, child. You leave them alone. You don't know. He didn't do anything. That wasn't really him. Yeah, child. Flow on. We can keep pretending all we want to. Let's move on. We're going to go to Memphis. Teenager charged in Hickory Hill crash that deleted 3 women and injured 7, including 2-year-old daughter of one of the victims. And you know what you colors are saying about this? Do you know what you colors are saying about this? You're saying that it's the oppressor's fault for chasing. You shouldn't have been chasing him, oppressor. That's what they're saying. And this is why I can't. Shout out to Casey Cat. Thank you for another 2. She said, but crime is down. Crime is down, y'all. Crime is down.
Well, some Memphis families woke up to horrible news this morning and are probably still in shock over the 3 women killed and 6 others hurt in a fiery crash last night in Hickory Hill. Now, police say the teenage driver who caused the crash is in custody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pepper Baker. One of the victims hurt in that crash is a 2-year-old girl. MPD says this all started just before 10 last night. Officers chased a 16-year-old who was charged with aggravated robbery and carrying a machine gun. And then shortly after that, the teenager ended up crashing.
Carrying a machine gun. I guess that's okay, though. What's the age limit for carrying a weapon, child? Anyway.
Into several cars at East Rains Road and Kirby Parkway. Our Stephen Pempo reports.
Hey, Pempo.
Set on fire and thrown into this gas station. That's just part of the aftermath of a deadly 5-car crash in Hickory Hill that left 3 women dead and so many others hurt.
I was checking out, and as I'm checking out, all I hear is boom, and I can see the flame go up outside the window.
Kendrell Cummings says he was at the gas station across the street when the crash took place Tuesday night. He and others ran outside to see what happened and recorded this video.
We were just like, that is bad. Like, because the flame went up so high, like probably higher than this. I thought somebody hit a pump, and it just went up, and I was like, bruh.
According to Memphis police, officers tried to pull over a car in the area near Getwell Road and Cottonwood Road. MPD says the 16-year-old driver wanted for aggravated robbery and carrying a machine gun.
So 16, aggravated robbery, carrying a machine weapon, probably doesn't have a license, probably has a record, allegedly, but you're supposed to let him go, child. Let him do whatever they want on the side of the criminal at all time. And these people are saying that it's the fucking oppressor because they were chasing them. They were trying to get the criminal off the street that y'all would complain once they got taken in and say that it's not right, it's not fair, it's racism, that we can't afford to get them out. You know, wash, rinse, repeat, the same old shit over and over again, instead of blaming the actual criminal, the actual person that was doing something wrong. And then the people who are actually trying to stop it so that y'all don't have to worry about shit, you want to blame them, and then you wonder why they don't show up for y'all? Come on now, stop this. Stop this.
Refused to stop, and those officers eventually lost his car. Later, MPD says other officers saw the teen's car near Kirby Parkway and East Rains Road, where police say the driver ran a red light, causing this 5-car crash.
Here lately, it's been nothing but police crashes. That's been causing some of the most deadliest crashes.
Last November, MPD was chasing a car with a man accused of shooting at a car with 3 people inside. MPD says that accused shooter died after crashing near this same intersection.
Well, at least the right person is on up out of here.
October 2022, again at Kirby and East Rains, police were chasing a stolen vehicle that ended in another 5-car crash, leaving the suspect dead. According to MPD policy, quote, vehicle pursuits are authorized only when an officer has probable cause to believe that one or more occupants of a fleeing vehicle have committed a violent felony.
Well, that was our Stephen Pempo reporting. Now, we reached out to Memphis police asking if officers followed MPD's policy in this chase. They have not responded at this time. Now, that 16-year-old suspect is also charged with evading arrest and was not seriously hurt in this crash. And of course, this investigation is ongoing. Well,
but somehow, some way, blame the persons who are trying to make sure that you are safe because they're pursuing someone who is actually doing wrong. You never put the blame on where the blame should be. And then again, 16, machine weapon and committing a violent felony, committing an armed robbery. Now, I know what they're going to say because I've already read the comments. You don't know. You need proof. These oppressors lie. Drive everybody away because you got to be right and you don't want to listen, child. But let's take it down a notch. Let's just take it down a notch. Let's go over here to these people, child, because this story is crazy too, child. Gentlemen, this is your responsibility. SYCBM, SYCBM.
Cigarettes and sexual favors. 4 Fulton County Jail employees are accused of crime.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Fulton County, that's Georgia.
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
Clearly, even in prison, TLA.
Crossing the line with inmates, and now they're behind bars themselves tonight. Atlanta News First anchor Carly Burnett is live outside the jail this evening, which has been plagued with controversy. Carly.
Blair, these 4 now former jail guards are accused of a number of violations, and it's issues like these that have spurred a state subcommittee to look into what is going on here at Rice Street.
An investigation by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office led to the arrest of 4 security guards at the jail. 34-year-old LaCunia Ballard, 26-year-old Regina Harris, 24-year-old Anesia Silas, and 26-year-old Breasia Tate are facing several charges. The Sheriff's Office says the 4 women were tower guards on the 6th and 7th floors of the jail. The allegations include having sex with inmates, sending sexually explicit videos and photos, and sneaking in cell phones, cigarettes, and in one case, an outside meal. As a result, 4 current inmates were also charged with conspiracy to commit a felony and possession of prohibited items. And this isn't the first time this year contraband has been part of an investigation at the Fulton County Jail. Back in January, Atlanta News first reported on a contraband sting that landed 6 people, including a detention officer, behind bars. That bust included drugs, a drone, cash, even firearms. On this latest case, Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt said in a statement, quote, "These women unfortunately chose to be on the wrong side of the law by fraternizing with residents they were entrusted with watching over." And this Friday, the State Senate subcommittee is set to release their findings. It was formed back in October of last year to investigate the jail system here, and they are set to release their final report at 9 a.m. on Friday.
Gentlemen, you better step your game up out here. We done already went over this once. The men in jail are doing so much better than y'all, and y'all ain't doing what you need to be doing. You ain't treating these ladies right, but the men in jail are, and they willing to do whatever. Okay? Cell phones, X, and chicken pot pies. You can't make this shit up, y'all.
New at 6, phones and more smuggled into the Fulton County Jail. Tonight, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office confirms it has an ongoing corruption investigation, and 4 security officers who work for a contract company arrested. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live at the jail where he's been poring over the warrants against these 4. Mark, you found some allegations that seem shocking.
Yeah, a Fulton County Sheriff's Office official says this investigation started in May and more arrests are expected. But for now, 4 young women are residents of the jail where they worked until yesterday.
Damn.
They work for
They got them in there quick, didn't they? Shout out to No T. Thank you so much, hon. He said a few months ago at my job, allegedly, a female was fired for having a relationship with a few inmates. She was LGBTQIA and was married. At this point, nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me at this point. This is half damn crazy. So when they saw that it didn't work out with the other people, they said, well, it's going to work out with us. See, y'all, gentlemen, if y'all don't go ahead and wipe these people up, that's your job. SYCBM.
Strategic security. I can confirm that they have all been terminated.
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says it turns out 4 security officers working for a contractor at the county jail were security problems. Records suggest Breasia Tate admitted using a book to hide phones.
Allegedly confessed to smuggling in cell phones in a cutout inside a book.
Yes.
Now one might say that
what is this, Mission Impossible? You cut out the pages of the book, no reading of the book, just cut out the pages, stick a phone in there to pretend you was reading, of course, child. You colored, you so funny.
Fulton County Sheriff's Office is throwing the book at her. After a corruption investigation, we counted 10 criminal warrants naming her. Records indicate after she reported to work Tuesday, she was transported to the Jail Investigations Unit's office, and that Ms. Tate stated she had sexual intercourse with an inmate inside of the bathroom.
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
TLA wasn't lying, child.
Sexual intercourse with an inmate inside of the bathroom in the tower on floor 7 South on 3 separate occasions. That Ms. Tate stated she brought a total of 6 cell phones inside of the jail and gave them to the inmate. That Ms. Tate stated she cut portions of the pages of the inside of a book and concealed the phones inside of the hole in the book. That Ms. Tate stated she brought strips, paper laced with chemicals used for smoking, inside of the jail on 2 separate occasions.
Child, have y'all heard of strips? I tell you, we be learning around here. hear strips, y'all, I'm thinking I'm in love with a stripper. No, that's not what it is. Paper laced with chemicals used for, and they willingly doing all this. Just like somebody said, happy to go to work. Oh yeah, we having a good time at work. You should get a job here. How she get a job with Tim Warrants any daggone way?
That Ms. Tate stated she received payments from the inmate via Cash App for the contraband items she brought in and
or in that Tower 7 or whatever the number was,
gave to him, and that her Cash App payment summary from the inmate showed a total of $1,682.
We can't screen for integrity.
Natalie Ammons of the Sheriff's Office says terminated security officer Regina Harris faces 3 warrants related to a contraband cell phone provided to an inmate. Ms. Ammons says terminated security officer Lacuna Ballard is accused of sending explicit photos and videos to an inmate, plus a couple of conspiracy charges involving conversations about how to bring
It was only pictures. That's not a big deal. Come on. Those men needed some pictures, okay? Gentlemen, again, SYCBM, when they get out, go post their bail, go bring them home, keep them out of trouble.
Cigarettes and cell phones into the jail. And Ms. Ammons says terminated security officer Anisia Silas faces a conspiracy charge involving a phone charger and a charge involving giving an inmate unauthorized food, namely a chicken pot pie.
Goodbye. Always got to be chicken with you colors. What is going on? She gonna bring in a chicken pot pie and lose her. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up. I can't even say I'm surprised, child. If Joe can do it, why can't Lacuna? Oh no, Anisa. Anisa can do it. It just had to be chicken. You know it was black men they was dealing with. Come on now. We know it. We know it. But allegedly. Shout out to No T. Thank you so much for another 5. He said that called a K2 a cosmetic drug that mimics effects of cannabis is a huge problem at my jail now. K2. Look, it's a cosmetic drug, y'all. We be learning. Okay. We be learning around here. Who knew? So when your kids is out here talking about this stuff, you can be like, hey, don't act like I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. You better get your ass together, child.
Now, Ms. Ammons says all 4 suspects were given bond, but as of late this afternoon, had not made bond yet. We tried without success to find lawyers.
Ooh, damn, they just cut that right off. So nobody wants to come and get them? Gentlemen, here's your chance. You can get on. You can get on down there and make their bond and bring them home, okay? And then y'all can go down on November the 4th to vote for Kamala because she's going to be an AKA sworn in by a DST on MLK Day, and all is right with the world. Woo! Child, moving on, y'all, moving on. Where are we going? Memphis? Oh, Lord, y'all, we back in Memphis. 2 men deleted, another injured after SHOOTing at a nightclub in Binghamton, police say. Oh, Lord, you colors in the club.
The deadly shooting at a lounge in Memphis. It happened overnight.
Fox 13 just learned that 2 people were killed. A 3rd person was shot and survived. This happened at the James Lounge on Summer Avenue. Fox 13 Sheila O'Connor joins us live. You told us when you got there, there was a bullet-riddled SUV and a lot more. So what can you tell us about what happened?
Yeah, well, not much more than what you guys have already laid out from Memphis police. That information coming down just 5 minutes ago. 3 people shot, 2 killed here, another in critical condition now at Regional 1 Hospital. So now this investigation turns towards figuring out what happened, what may have led up to this shooting. Let's go ahead and show you what the scene looked like when our crews first got out here early this morning. Police called out to the James Lounge just after 1 o'clock for this deadly shooting. A good section of Summer Avenue blocked off for several hours. They didn't clear the scene here until just before 6 o'clock. So probably about 5 hours is how long Summer Avenue was closed. I saw an SUV that had a couple of bullet holes, about 3 bullet holes is what I saw from there. So that's kind of where the investigation now picks up, is to figuring out who is responsible and what led up to this shooting.
All right. A really sad situation. And we'll check back in about 30 minutes to see if we can get any more information from Memphis police.
Oh, all right. They cutting these things short. They tired of it too. They're not even giving no endings. It's like, it's over. Okay. All right. Moving on, y'all. Moving on, child. Let's go back to the Bay Area because, you know, they're happy to get shout outs from Kamala. It looks like the Hilton shutters hotel on Oakland's crime-plagued Hegenberger Road. No, I thought everything was roses out there in California, y'all.
Hilton Hotel next to the Oakland airport will officially shut down on Wednesday, but today was its last day of operation. For many workers, it was also their last day at work as hotel guests checked out at noon today.
It is the latest major blow to the Hegenberger Airport corridor. A lot of restaurants have shut down in the last 18 months because of crime in the area. Lynn's got the story.
In 40 years. 40 years. The final checkout on Sunday led to the final embrace for many Hilton workers.
Good luck, huh?
Ijigu Lema, better known as Gigi to his co-workers, spent 35 years at this Hilton working as a bellman and guest service agent.
This is my last day today.
We all heartbroken right now. I spend more time here than my house. So the emotional effect is very high.
Sunday was the last day for many Hilton workers. Gigi says it was more than a job. It was one big family, all 152 workers.
Yesterday we have a reunion here. All the old timers, you know, we were crying, you know, hugging, you know. We wish everybody, you know, a good luck.
Most of the employees are work long time here. We have a lot of memories on the place. It's our second home, second home.
I have, 150 people that I know, and now we're all going to be split apart. So,
I was going to say, can't they just transfer y'all to someplace else? Why were y'all still there? We already know what's going on in California. But, everybody's happy that Kamala mentioned them when she was taking her acceptance speech. She didn't say anything about the crime going on in the same daggone state where this is happening. And we've seen In-N-Out close. We've seen Starbucks close. We've seen so many things close over there. But long as Cammie says y'all's name, says Oakland, says the Bay Area, y'all happy. Oh, Lord, I can't take it. Shout out to No Teeth. Appreciate you for another 5. He said K2 turned the inmates into zombies. They throw up on themselves. I have one guy thought he was a crab and he was laying on the bathroom floor. Ew, child, thank you for doing that job because I could never. Thank you so much for doing that job because I could and would never.
I've been over here for 20 years.
Jude Correa thought he would retire here. Now he and many co-workers are looking for new jobs.
Every time a door closes, there's a better opportunity on the other side.
Hilton officials did not say why they're closing after 56 years of operating next to the Oakland airport. But the workers believe it's the result of the pandemic and crime. Gigi says losing the Raiders and
the result of the pandemic. Did you hear that? The result of the pandemic. I know you effing lying. Wow. But don't ask Kamala for shit. Don't ask Kamala for shit. And when I say, Donald Trump does have a policy for what he wants to do for crimes, that's racist. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Warriors also led to fewer sports fans booking the hotel.
Crime is high. A lot of our customer vehicle been broken.
No.
The hotel bus has been stolen, taken, catalytic converter has been taken.
The hotel sits on about 20 acres, a large campus with multiple buildings, 15,000 square feet of event space, and 360 rooms. It joins a growing list of businesses that's left Oakland.
We feel the weight. That's my father's legacy. For decades, it took a lot for him to build up that corridor in partnership with other leaders, the Port of Oakland, the businesses.
Councilwoman Treva Reed represents the Hagenberger Business Corps.
What in the world? That looked like it was Denny's. I think we did see that a Denny's was closing too, even though I wasn't even sure the Denny's was still open at all. Look at how they just vandalized the whole damn thing. No respect. But yay, Kamala mentioned us. Yay, Kamala spoke about us.
Corridor. She says she could not get some of the elected leaders to devote more resources in this area.
I don't think that we're failing. I think that it's crumbling. I think that there has been a failure of commitment to our district and to having our back.
The Port of Oakland owns the Hilton property and will take some time to decide what to do with it.
And my concern is what's going to happen with their large campus? What type of people are going to take over their property? And then does the city have a plan for that?
Some neighbors worry the homeless will break in and take over the buildings. As a longtime resident, Gigi also worries about the future of this property and his city.
Bye-bye, Hilton. Bye-bye. I don't see you no more. 35 years I spent my life here. Ciao, Hilton. Adios.
No more.
There are Hiltons in other states. Ooh, sorry for the pause, sir. There are Hiltons in other states. I know people don't want to move, but I'm sure they offered that to them. Shout out to Thanos was right. He said, we're going to eventually have to get together. We need to pick a place and go there. Either we pick or they will. Caribbean. The Caribbean child. So let's go ahead and go back to Philly. All right. I know you think this is the same story. It's not. 4 people SHOT'd outside a storefront in West Philadelphia.
Now that breaking news we're following for you in West Philly, where 4 people are in the hospital after a shooting outside of a store there.
Yep, bullet casings all over the street. You see it in the video. ABC 10's Matt DeLucia live for us at the hospital. That's where the victims are being treated. Matt, first and foremost, how are they doing?
Well, police are telling us that all 4 victims are critical but stable, but that their injuries are not life-threatening. So that is a good news there, and pretty amazing when you consider what the scene looks like with all of the gunshots that were fired over there at 41st and Lancaster Avenue last night around 10:45. Philadelphia police are telling us that they found roughly 30 spent casings on the ground there. So again, a lot of gunfire. The incident started at one storefront and made its way a couple doors down, and shots were fired at the men in an outdoor vestibule. 3 of the victims were rushed over here to the hospital, Penn Presbyterian, by emergency crews. The 4th victim showed up here on his own, but at this point, police don't know what started this incident. No word of any arrests. And again, those 4 shooting victims, all adult men, expected to survive those gunshot wounds. We're now live here in University City. Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Shout out to Matt. What is going on around here? I thought Joe said that crime was down. So by the transitive property, that means that Kamala says that crime is down. Owner of local BBQ business is red-rummed outside his restaurant following a dispute over money. I don't know where this is, but it was on MLK Boulevard. Whew, Lord. Shout out to Decline Management, who is out here. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Appreciate you. Shout out to everyone who is here. Please make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to our girl with another 5. I appreciate you, hun. She said K2 has people frozen in weird positions for hours all over LA and Hollywood. They call it the Walking Dead DRUG. Google it. I believe y'all. That's a mess. Then says, thank God crime is down. It could be so much worse. Imagine it being worse, y'all. Oh my God. But let's not ask Kamala for anything, because as long as you got an AKA, I know y'all tired of me saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. It's going to be a new song. AKA sworn in by a DDST on MLK Day.
Thanks for joining us here first at 4. I'm Nick McGill.
And I'm Beershel May in for
whatever your name is. Look at them legs. You go, girl. Love that dress. Yeah, girl. You go, girl.
Aaliyah.
Tonight, a local businessman is dead following a shooting outside his restaurant on the near north side. Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains what happened and has reaction from the victim's family.
Right now, investigators believe the deadly shooting here at Pond Ma's Backyard Barbecue restaurant stemmed from a dispute over money. The business owner who lost his life is being remembered as someone who loved and invested in his community. Around 9 o'clock Wednesday night, a shooting at 26th and MLK left a well-known and respected businessman dead.
That's my dog. I'm gonna miss him. My heart hurts. I'm never gonna be the same.
Raquel's dad, 56-year-old George Nelson Sr., who was often called Big George, is remembered as someone who always tried to help those in need.
He was really about hiring people in his community, helping the kids, and really just being like something positive.
Just 3 hours after the shooting, police located the accused killer, 38-year-old Justin Jones, following a shot fired call on the east side. IMPD believes Nelson hired Jones to do some work on the business. That work had not been completed and led to an argument over payment.
You get into an argument and a dispute about money and you kill someone, this is just nuts.
While Nelson had run Pond Ma's Backyard Barbecue for years, he only recently opened the location on MLK. Reverend Charles Harrison, whose church is just
not on MLK, child. You think that MLK Boulevard Street Landing Circle would have some sort of respect on it? Clearly not.
Blocks away from the scene, says the area has long struggled to attract new businesses because of the high crime rate and is saddened by the senseless killing.
He was committed to helping to revitalize the neighborhood by bringing his business here, and he did so much for the neighborhood.
It's not just my father. He hurt an entire community. Like, have a conversation, have your disagreement, have whatever you want to have, but you ain't got to kill somebody. I swear it's never that deep.
Finally, the suspect is being held without bond at the Marion County Jail pending the filing of formal charges. Jesse Wells.
Interesting. Rest in peace to that man. Moving on. Let's lighten it up. Lighten it up a little bit, y'all. All right. So The DNC in Chicago didn't help some small businesses. Wow. So y'all didn't even get any benefit out of it? Are the small businesses asking Kamala about her policies, or they just like, it don't matter?
With thousands of delegates, politicians, and reporters in town, you might think the convention was a big moneymaker for surrounding businesses. It was supposed to bring in $150 to $200 million, but our Dorothy Tucker found some near McCormick Place felt left out in the cold.
Girl.
Crews are removing the fences near McCormick Place. They were put up to secure the area for visiting delegates. The upside, safety. The downside, it was bad for some businesses. McCormick was the daytime hub for the thousands of delegates attending the Democratic National Convention. With so many people just down the street, Steve Ciori had high expectations.
I was expecting, we did have a new customers, but still it wasn't enough. We weren't doing our regular business.
Here's why. The 10-foot fence that lined both sides of the street along Cermak between Michigan and Wabash blocked traffic and kept the regulars away.
Our regular customers stopped coming in because there's no way they could come in. The streets are...
Thousands of delegates, politicians, and reporters in town.
Wasn't enough.
I'm trying to pause it. That's what Amina said. She said they locked everyone out.
We weren't doing our regular business.
Here's why. The 10-foot fence that lined both sides of the street along Cermak between Michigan and Wabash blocked traffic and kept the regulars away.
Our regular customers stopped coming in because there's no way they could come in. The streets are blocked. DoorDash technically stopped.
And the money stopped.
Obviously, I looked like 7-8 grand.
Today, the fence is being taken down, but the damage is already done.
I'm pretty sure we lost thousands this week.
At McCormick Market, the loss in revenue hurt employees.
Hours got cut. So that was a big thing because it was so slow. So
They wanted to keep everyone safe, everyone. Okay. They said, we know what's going on down here in Chicago. And so we didn't have any instance issues, anything. We're going to go ahead and put these fences up and y'all stay over there. But long as y'all can see us, you'll be good. So it sounds like yet again, it's about the green. Because I bet you Pritzker knew what he was doing and Brandon knew what they were doing when they put this plan together. And now y'all didn't see it and y'all didn't think about it. No tea, no shade against the businesses, because really what could you do? And now you asked out after all that 4 days or possibly 6 if they came in on a Saturday. Y'all supposed to make hand over fist and you got nothing yet again. How does that work? How does that work?
So a lot of people wasn't needed. We had to tell people to stay home.
The story was the same at every store we walked into. The manager of Mustard Seed declined to show his face, but shared his frustrations.
We're disappointed that, a lot of customers were calling, normally regular customers, and they're like, where can we park?
Martha Lagunia runs the currency exchange. She didn't expect new customers. She just wanted to keep her loyal ones happy.
We couldn't cash their checks, making payments of bills, money orders, or anything like that. I say, I'm sorry, I wish I could have come out and help you out, but hopefully they'll come back next week.
That's a hope they all share.
When the fence comes down, I'll feel free. Yes, ma'am.
A block without fences means better business days are ahead. Dorothy Tucker, CBS.
Better business days ahead. Okay, I thought that shirt may have said something else. All right. Anyway, moving on, because the police and the FBI are investigating a maggot incident at the DNC breakfast in Chicago. Child, did anything go right down here?
Good morning. Police are searching for a group of women who they say placed maggots in and around food that was being served to the delegates from Indiana yesterday morning.
They protected us, of course, and they took care of it and turned it around in minutes. And so they wanted to make sure we were safe, and they really took care of business. So I do want to give a shout out to the hotel staff and leadership.
There was a heavy police presence outside of the Fairmont Hotel yesterday, including FBI evidence trucks and state police. According to the DNC Joint Information Center, multiple women entered the Fairmont around 6:45 yesterday morning and placed unknown objects onto tables with food. It is a tactic pro-Palestinian activists have used in the past. The Fairmont Hotel released a statement confirming what they called a disruption at a DNC-related breakfast event. It says it quickly acted to clean and sanitize the area.
They'll be reviewing that tape. They'll be going over that and going through video coverage and digital evidence.
Former FBI agent Phil Andrews says the FBI is involved because the agency is helping Chicago police with security during the DNC. He says the FBI's sophisticated evidence response technology could potentially identify where the maggots came from and who placed them there.
Depending on what is on them, if they were handled, there could be all kinds of trace evidence, what packages they were transported in.
While the maggots may make people cringe, it's the breach of security that concerns DePaul professor and terrorism expert Tom McIdis.
It was a very minor breach, but any breach is worrisome because if these individuals were able to get in and do this, what else might have happened? And that's the real worry.
Yeah.
And once again, police are still searching
Child, the people outside with the businesses was safer than the people who was inside.
for these suspects. We're downtown. I'm Eric Cron, WGN News.
Thanks, Eric. This is a good question. No Teeth says, where you get maggots? Like, exactly. Did you go to your trash can and said, oh, I'll take you? Like, what the hell is going on? People are crazy. All right. Let's stay in Chicago, child. We have outraged Chicago mother whose son was red rum sends message to the Dems. I wonder what it is. Shout out to Frederick Howard in the building. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out to everyone who is still here. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Let's see what this is about. We're not going to listen to this whole thing.
Highlight Vice President Kamala Harris' fight for everyday Americans today. But she previously supported a bail fund that put criminals back on the street, including someone who committed murder after he was freed.
Oh, Harris supported Minnesota Freedom Fund. Fund raised $35 million in the wake of George Floyd's death. Fund has posted criminal bail for 2,537 people. There you go. Not my baby. Multiple people bailed out have gone on to commit violent crimes. Well, I guess this kind of gives us an idea of what Kamala is going to do with regard to crime. I tell you.
She previously supported a bail fund that put criminals back on the street, including someone who committed murder after he was freed. Our next guest lost her son, Jeremy, to senseless violence in Chicago last year and still doesn't know what happened. Moni Jacobs joins me now. Moni, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you.
This is supposed to be a happy time for you. You're supposed to be dropping off one of your babies to college.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with all that passion because you still don't know what happened to your son.
Yeah, it's hard. Every day is hard. And it's hard when you can't be weak and hurt because you have to be strong for your other children, especially my daughter, because she's in college and she's trying to do something with her life. And it's hard for her. So she calls a lot, Ma, I need you. You know, how am I supposed to go on without my big brother? Even though she has another one, they're more like twins. So it's hard for her. But I have to understand where she's coming from and put my feelings to the side to make her feel better. So she won't lose focus while she's in college. You know?
You told me that they don't call you.
They don't.
They don't provide updates. So you have to call them. How does that make you feel?
I'm angry. But
I hope they don't mean the police. Is that who they're talking about?
When I call, I try to be humble. You know, don't go in hostile to an environment, even though you're mad and you're hurt. You have to still talk to them with respect. But they don't give that to me. You don't even call me to update me about anything. And I think that's unfair. The story you give me is not the right story because I know my son. Like, we know him. And you can't tell me what you told me and think that I'm just going to let that go because that's not what happened. And I know you know more, but you don't call me and update me about anything. And I think it's unfair.
Ma'am, you know, I'm going to go ahead and assume you're in Cook County. You need to call Brandon, see what he got to say. You need to reach out to JB. I'm sure they'll be very receptive. Rest in peace to this child, another child on up out of here, right? But do I not say that you can't care once something happens to you? Now, I'm not blaming this woman. I'm just saying it just seems to be that everything is everything until something happens to you. So now you want the oppressor, because remember, defund the police, and Kamala gave y'all the, what was it, Minnesota fund, blah, 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 blah. And that's what y'all wanted, and you got the people getting out of jail, and the criminals out here, and they out here commit more crimes, and I don't know, child. Something don't seem to be right. But we don't need to know anything as long as a AKA is sworn in by a DST on MLK Day. That's all that matters. Then when Trump says we want to do stop and frisk, that's racist.
That I have to keep calling you, but he's the top case. You told me he's your priority. But how could you not reach out to me and keep me updated about what you're finding out? Thank you. You know, it's hard to unsee the things that me and my kids had to see. It's just hard.
You're not a political person. You just want justice for your baby.
That's it.
But when you hear all of these politicians saying, just let the criminals back on the street, it's the same revolving. 5 people in Chicago were killed. That's not even the people that were shot over the weekend.
No.
Every single weekend, it seems like I'm getting some type of alert, or I have had to talk to some mom that said their baby shot in the front yard.
Right.
What do you think our leaders need to do to secure safety for people?
You need to buckle down.
Now they need to buckle down. This is what y'all asked for. This is what you all asked for. And then this is my... Sorry, I'm right again. I'm right again. It was all good in the hood with the Minnesota Fighting Fund, or whatever the hell it's called, the Minnesota Fund, until it affects you, and now you're upset. Y'all don't be forward thinking about anything. Your children and your family don't get a pass just because they're your children and your family. You do not get a pass just because it's your children and your family, and now the law got to change for you. And then when something happens, it's got to go back for you. That's not how it works. So you're either going to get the law and you're going to believe in it 1,000%, or just let it go. Is it just me? Somebody wanted that law. She gave it to you. And now people want to act like it's a problem. Just let the criminals back out. But when your sons get arrested, you whine and complain that it's not fair, it's not right, and it's racism. You can't do that. But that's what you keep doing. And I'll just go ahead and say it. Where the daddy at? How come he's not up here talking? I'm going to move on, though. Let me move on from this. All right. We're going to move on anyway. There's so much, y'all. We could do this for hours. I ain't going to hold y'all, though. So let's go here to Chicago. Chicago is popping, okay? Chicago police officer accused of attacking another officer. The oppressor is attacking the oppressor.
One Chicago police officer is accused of attacking another. Now an investigation's underway on it. As sources tell CBS News Chicago, this was a romantic relationship between 2 officers that turned ugly. Our Andrew Ramos has the story from the Southside police station where the assault allegedly happened.
The Chicago police officer at the center of this case, identified as Francisco Galvan. Now, we're told it was inside this parking lot right outside the 7th Police District is where he staked out and waited for his girlfriend, another police officer, who he attacked in what is being described as a drunken rage.
No.
The disturbing attack happened late Thursday evening, according to a police report filed in the case and obtained by CBS News Chicago. The victim, an on-duty CPD officer who we are not identifying, was sitting in her patrol car in the 7th District parking lot when she was suddenly physically pulled from the vehicle and attacked. That attacker, 30-year-old Chicago police officer Francisco Galvan. After repeatedly telling him to stop, as many as 7 officers ran to the victim's aid, intervening and restraining one of their own. They would later smell alcohol coming from Galvan, the police report said. Several empty cans of alcohol also found in his pickup truck that the off-duty officer drove to the 7th District himself. Galvan was later taken into questioning, where he appeared to be intoxicated. falling into a deep sleep where he later vomited on himself, the police report said. The victim in the case, who acknowledged that the two were in a relationship, did not wish to pursue charges. The state's attorney, however, did file charges, charging Galvan with domestic battery.
Kim Fox, press some charges. Kim Fox, press some charges. It's K2. That's what it is. Oh my God.
A judge ordered Galvan to turn in his service weapon.
This could affect his job, long-term job, because if he's convicted of domestic battery, he will not be able to carry a firearm under the law. And
shout out to Lacey.
Have his position as a police officer be terminated.
In addition to domestic battery, Galvan is also being charged with driving under the influence. He is due back in court on September 13th.
Galvan, child, I'm going to just say, at least they weren't colored. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. Let's go on over here. Where's this at? Birmingham, Alabama, right? 3 arrests and SHOTing death of Asia Poole. Have y'all heard about Asia Poole's story?
Live on your side. WBRC 6 News at 10 starts right now.
We have an update tonight on a story that horrified the community this week. Birmingham police have arrested 3 people as they investigate the shooting that killed a 21-year-old mother.
Your reporter James Giles covered the press conference about that shooting at the Monarch Ridge Apartments. He's live on your side with the latest tonight. James.
Yeah, Steve, Brittany, I asked police what started the fight and shooting that killed Asia Poole, and they did not answer. But they did make it clear that these arrests may not be the last.
Janiyah Hendricks, her brother Justin Hendricks, and Taylor McLeod are all facing charges for Tuesday's shooting at Monarch Ridge Apartments in East Birmingham.
We do believe there were more.
I had some high hopes for the rest of the stories, child. I be having high hopes, but here I can't.
Shooting than just these 2. This is an ongoing investigation, so we'll just see where that leads us.
The 2 men are charged with murder for the death of 21-year-old Asia Poole. They are also facing attempted murder charges for shooting this man, Demarion Rankins, in the leg during the incident where police say 168 shots were fired. I talked with Rankins Thursday, who told me the whole thing started from social media beef about a shared love interest.
I can't do this. I can't do this. Gentlemen, SYCBM.
Very small. It's literally so little. Somebody mad about somebody. This ain't theirs. Can't get mad at somebody that's ain't choice.
What?
But police would not confirm Rankin's account. Authorities charged 19-year-old Janiyah Hendricks with theft of property, saying she stole Poole's car after fighting the woman just before the shooting.
Who's responsible for this? Who is responsible for this? I can't do this. Shout out to Kamala. Maybe the Minnesota Fund will come through and get this person bail so she can get out, and then everyone will be happy. Then something else will happen, and then they will say it's racism. Woo! No, this is a girl, Future King. This is a girl. This is a girl. She beat up the other girl over social media, relationship stuff, then stole the damn car. Shout out to Canarda TJ. And this is all racist. Racism. Racism. Yes, low man wins. Crime is down, everyone. Crime is down.
She was like, her car getting took on running out after her car to get her car. After don't run into the car, they was shooting, so I really can't tell who was shooting back.
Police say they pieced together who did what thanks to cameras at the apartment complex and a Facebook live stream of the entire thing.
We'll continue to investigate until we can find everyone involved.
After the city of Birmingham sued Monarch Ridge over similar violence in 2021, the 2 sides reached a settlement that included an agreement linking the property's cameras to the real-time crime center. In a statement, the city attorney says her office is looking into next steps.
They never did speak to us. The cameras do work and their footage is available, so we were able to access that to help further our investigation. But there again, they were supposed to be feeding into our real-time crime center.
And again, Chief Thurman says they're still investigating and could arrest additional people. Now, if you do have information, come forward. You can even do it anonymously.
Of course you can. Good luck to those people. Rest in peace to that child, y'all. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. So I'm about to ramp it down, but we need to talk about this thing with this Trayon white person, child. Because, you know, it's all racism. It's not fair. You don't know. Ward 8, which is, from what I understand, where, what is his name? DC, the smoking crack dude. What is his name? Marion Barry warded over, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it's colored up around here. All right. Shout out to Frederick Howard. Thank you so much, honey. He said street swallow hyenas. There's a lot of swallowing going on around here. So he got in trouble because he was taking bribes, I believe, but we about to find out. It says Ward 8 residents are saddened and frustrated after Trayon White's arrest. Oh my God.
Throughout the day, we have been talking to people in Ward 8. Many of them tell us they feel Trayon White has worked hard for them as the Ward 8 council member and that he's done a lot of good for them in the community. And they say they plan to stand by him.
Oh, you colors are so funny. You're so funny. That's just like with Marion Barry. Somebody said, oh, he wasn't even really smoking the crack. They made him do it. Oh, child. Then there you go. There you go.
Right or wrong or indifference, I'm going to still support him. I'm surprised to hear about the bribery. That's shocking to hear. But I did like him. So hopefully it's
White Sunday on a bribery charge. According to the DOJ criminal complaint, White allegedly agreed to accept $156,000 in undisclosed kickbacks, agreed to 3% payment of contract values, and received $35,000 in cash payments.
He was doing the damn thing. Shout out to Big Tiff. He was doing the damn things and he said he was getting his pockets getting fatter. Like I keep saying, it's about green. It's always gonna be about that mean green. Just keep thinking it's about black and white people, and it ain't.
In cash payments. One ANC commissioner in Ward 8 tells News 4 she doesn't believe White would do those things.
Well, I honestly and truly believe that he was set up.
Oh.
And it's a shame. But I hope and pray that he come out of this victoriously.
He was set up, y'all. Of course, because just like who just said, Jim said, big deal. All politicians do this. He just got caught by greed. Exactly. But he was not only getting it upfront cash in hand, which is crazy, but 3% off of whatever the contract was, plus the $35,000. He was wilding out. But they're like, we don't believe it. Oh, you don't believe it? Oh, you don't believe it? But if Ricky Smiley says that you should go ahead and vote for Kamala, you're going to believe that. Okay, got it. And they got him on tape, just like they had Marion Barry on tape. But you coloreds, you're so funny. You're so funny.
But other residents tell News 4 they're disturbed by the bribery allegations. One man didn't want to show his face, but said Ward 8 deserves better.
We just need somebody that's going to be for the people, that got some integrity. If these allegations are true, you should go to jail. I mean, it's because you did a good job, just because you were a president, politician, or whatever, don't mean if you do a crime, got to do the time.
Cell phone video shared with News 4 shows FBI agents inside White's building Sunday. Councilman White had no comment yesterday as he left a federal courthouse.
Oh, no, they brought him out with his jammies on. No, child, they did a ditty. What was that white guy's name that was a rapper? What was his name? That's who this remind me of. Oh, like Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks is in the picture. done. The glass of wine is done. I'm about to be done here. No cheese said Crocs. Oh my God! Crocs and dress socks. Oh shit. He didn't want to show his face. He should have wanted to not show his Crocs. You colors. Oh my God. My stomach. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all. Shut this shit down.
Disturbed by the bribery allegations. One man didn't want to show his face, but said Ward 8 deserves better.
We just need somebody that's going to be for the people, that got some integrity. If these allegations are true, you should go to jail. I mean, just because you did a good job, just because you were a president, politician, or whatever, don't mean if you do a crime, you got to do the time.
Cell phone video shared with News 4 shows FBI agents inside White's building Sunday. Councilman White had no comment yesterday as he left a federal courthouse.
Hold on. What is going on with this hair? Was she in the middle of coloring her hair and they brought her on out here? What happened? He out here in his jammies. She out here with blue and blonde. Oh, no. Why did we look at this? I cannot.
Yesterday, as he left a federal courthouse.
Oh my God.
Last year, he held an event in support of the Giant on Alabama Avenue. It's the only full-service grocery store in Ward 8, and there were concerns it could close due to rising theft.
We're going to work with John to keep this open.
Oh, no, not another food desert issue. That never happens. Oh, and now that he might be going on up out of there, now y'all might not have no food. Child, don't worry, because as long as an AKA gets sworn in by a DST on MLK Day, right down the daggone street, y'all should be all good in the hood.
House. Last year, he held an event in support of the Giant on Alabama Avenue. It's the only full-service grocery store in Ward 8, and there were concerns it could close due to rising theft.
We're going to work with John to keep this open.
Who's stealing? Is it what, people? Is it racism that somebody is stealing from the one grocery store in Ward 8, sir? Well, actually, I guess you're doing the same thing. Allegedly, just not taking the food. You want the cash in hand. Allegedly.
Today, the store is still there, with some shoppers saying they're grateful to White and saddened by the news of his arrest.
He was doing so well, and everything. I was just talking to my daughter about him a couple of days ago, about, the works, that he's been doing.
If convicted, White could face up to 15 years in prison.
Oh.
He's due back in court next month. And Councilman White's office put out a statement saying it understands the seriousness of the matter and that the office remains open to serve the public. Reporting live outside the Wilson building, Amy Cho.
Oh, shout out to Cho, okay? This is crazy. That was too much. That was too daggone much. I thought we already saw the worst of it, but that was crazy. And they will reelect him. I have no doubt in my mind that they will reelect him. There was a follow-up story. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick, because then that's it, y'all. I can't with y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit, okay? This is crazy. This is effing crazy. That was a big story down there. Oh, here we go. This is the last one. Violence Intervention Program CEO steps down days after Councilman Trayon White's arrest. You mean that there was other people who maybe had something to do with this and was involved? No. Oh my God. Maybe that's how he got the crime to stop at the grocery store in order to keep it. What if allegedly, He was getting people to go in there to commit the daggone crime. And then the people were like, oh my God, you got to do something about the crime. And then he said, all right, whoever gonna give me the most money gets the daggone contract. And then I'll tell Poop them to lay off of the daggone only grocery store that we have. He had one together. And then he said, all right, that's enough of that. And now they're like, oh my God, thank you for the grocery store. You the best, you the best, you the best. He was in charge of violence, y'all. He was in charge of violence. It's not that far-fetched. Oh, this is crazy.
And in the wake of those...
So to all of the supporters of Trayon and how you'll have him back, remember that he was doing this through the violence program. So it behooves him to have the violence allegedly to continue in order to continue to get these contracts. I'm going to need y'all to just take a step back and think about this for a second. Just take a step back and think about this for a second. It's profitable for him, for you all to continue to live in the violence. Now think about that where you live and what may be going on with the people in your area if nothing has changed. Shout out to Chicago.
But what now?
Now notice it's not the mayor that's doing this. It's the violence prevention person that's doing it, not their big tiff, because the mayor is Bowser. She ain't doing it. I thought this was about to be something else.
This was at the MLK.
God forbid. God forbid. How many times have we seen the activists trying to help and then they end on up out of here? I'm just asking a question. They took a 14-week course for this in the MLK library. Rest in peace to Martin Luther King. Jim said that'll work. Oh my God, I can't do. I can't. Let me find a place in the Caribbean. I gotta get the hell out of here. Shout out to No Teeth for another 5. Thank you so much, hon. He said boot bag cookout in the electric slide. That's all it took. Hey, I'll teach you the electric. I got it all wrong, but I know what you're saying. Woo, Lord, Lord, Lord. This is all you need, child. Just let them be in the community and it'll stop everything. Child, y'all got this in Philly because, child, we need your help. Well, I guess at least he had the travel approved, child. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And I'm telling you, we could go another 3 hours. We could. There's so much. Crime is down, y'all. Crime is down. And like I keep saying, as long as you got an AKA sworn in by a DST on MLK Day, then everything gonna be right. I'm done. Shout out to everybody who made it this far. I see you. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone who donated today. Please make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to all of my new subscribers. I see you. I appreciate you. All the new channel members, thank you so much. Shout out to all the mods. Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow. I think it's Big Tiff tomorrow. I'll have to go through and see what's up. Thank you all so much for all of your support. I see you all in the next one.
You got on y'all breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook.
Breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook, y'all, in case you didn't know. Breast, booty. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs. Booty.
style.